Mariona legacy MMT. Ichilema is trying so hard to just destroy the legacy of the past presidents. Fionse MMT aichinja iposa, aibana never smumba panga pachule fire because he wants his image to remain there like ewa bapofie president nangwe wachitefia manu. And yet of alleged not even the worst enemy to Zambia can do that. Not even the Barabenama colonialist can do what Ichilema is doing today with his team. So what sort of legacy does he want to leave behind? Lungo Alesekati, Lungo is a failure, Lungo Shan, using his propaganda to paint him black and destroy his political career. Today, the opposition leaders who are aspiring to become presidents are using the image and legacy of ECL to gain support from the Zambian people, which is a proof enough that Edgar Lungu was a good leader and he left a good legacy. That's why opposition of today are pleased and are willingly to use the image and the legacy of ECL to campaign for these forthcoming elections. So, what sort of legacy does Ichilema want to leave behind? And if we look at what he's doing now, Kwenimpumi, is any future politician going to use Ichilema's image and legacy to campaign for him to win an election in the future?
Mm-hmm.
Will any person, a noble person, think of using the tactics, the image of Mobutu Sese Seko to campaign in Congo and win an election? Will any noble and a patriotic citizen of a nation use the image of Idi Amin and the tactics and legacy to go and campaign in Uganda to win an election? Will any noble person use the image of Ichilema and his legacy to campaign in 2031 and going forward to win an election? By Ichilema, the past 6 presidents respected the constitution. They respected the will of Zambians. They listened to the people of Zambia. When Zambians said no, they listened. When Zambians said yes, they listened. But as for you, by Ichilema, and for the fact that muchalo mwali befukana abatumba na satana wabipo mutima alikwata abantu abamukonga n'okumuchita praise. But that does not mean that the devil is correct. Even you can have people who can follow you, praise you, and say that whatever you are doing is right, but that does not mean that you are correct. By Ichilema, the constitution mwatona wila, the governance system mwaona ula, judiciary, legislature, and executive yaba mutumba mumienu, mwabwela mwarusha na constitution kuyarusha kwati tissue paper, mule susula kofie articles, mule posa, mule bika kofu, mule fire. Continue. And continue amending the constitution even tomorrow or on Friday, even if the parliament is closed. Go ahead and bring more bills and amend and enact them, make them bills. Take more bills, make them, is it Mabapangashani? I don't even know Nombanefia Quran. Bring more articles in the constitution, remove them, change them, put them however you want them to be. But the prayer of the Zambian people, the prayers of the Zambian people, Nalami Panda Kofie Amano ba Ichilema, Nabaneli Munti na group yenu, make sure organize a lot of bills to protect you against the prayers of Zambian. Make sure you organize more bills to block the prayers of Zambian people. And finally, make sure you come up with a very strong bill to block God from responding to the Zambian people's prayers, since you are more powerful. And I hope bills Mlepanga, they will prevent you from getting sick. Put more bills to prevent you from getting sick. Put more bills, pass them to prevent you from dying. Put more bills, pass them to prevent you from your enemies. Put more bills with Nelly Muti, pass them to make you live forever and stay in power forever. Otherwise, if you fail to do that, you will also go like Mobutu Sese Seko. You will go like Idi Amin. And God will respond to the people of Zambia's prayers. The prayers that they are praying against you, you'll be surprised. And when God responds, don't complain that God hates you. You have been tormenting us. You have tormented the Zambian people. You have destroyed everything the past presidents, the past 6 presidents respected. You come and treat it like trash. All you want must be done. Anything that you want should be done, and not the will of the people. May God bless you, Vaichidama. If you pray to the true God, may He continue blessing you. Torment us more. Family members, you have stopped us. Because bus that you work, and the bus will be driven on a public road, and you have said to be on the public road, 2 or 3 people should have a permit. Songa venda nama motorcade 20s and bakula kwata permit. They are above the law. Mbepushe bakainde fira motorcade yabo yena venda abantu mu motoka se bakainde motoka yabo mu babantu bange yabakainde bakula senda ma permit. Bakainde ati. Ama books ayama permit ayengi bachite distributing. Na permit yabakainde security fe yabakainde bababanga. How many people are in hakainde security detail? Will he be getting a permit? Eh? Affected. They are above the law. These laws are for us, the Zambian people, and those. No, you know these laws. Me, like any to be from today, she le fokumona UPND rally or meeting. She le fire. The day I will see more than 3 UPND meeting people meeting having a rally. Everyone in Zambia can do as they please. If we tuli bana baba hakainde, bale tutea kwa tuli fimpombwa. Mwamfwa, tu abena Zambia baruke fya kubumbe fya kwangasha. Ukula beba fya hakainde fya bale lota na baneli muti. Yes, if that law is a Zambian law, I should not see any grouping of UPND more than 3. One, we want to pay attention. If you see any grouping of more than 3 UPND, circulate the pictures, and we shall tell Bahaka Indogwa na police na mwa police. Ba UPND ngabambo kula longana kula kwata marali yabo filaba kwata kwati matomola. An example of matomola. Just to kuya mkuchita filing as councillor. How many people escorted matomola? So fipili apape nirelo. Today, what date is today? 11th, 12th of May. Beginning today, 12th of May. Tatule 4 kumona po UPND. Elonga ba longa na ba file ba tupela ba they must show proof of the permit. Elo idia proof of the permit means if the UPND can be given a proof a permit to Longana, even the opposition should get a proof of ukulongana. Otherwise, mwala bama problem muchalo. Baka inde tamatuteke nge fimpombwa ngenko komuchitere ishakula iswila. Muchitere na Zambia kwati ninko komuchitere. Ngabwacha kasuwa kafuma mwashi iswila. Iyodenga tamulefua ngana mumfua bunangani nishinko kotasha afumeshala ikala muchitere. Efyo mlefua kusunga bena Zambia imwe. But we shall respect the law. We are law-abiding citizens. But the day I will see my UPND Navalongana, I should see a proof of a permit. To feel to I want a proof of a permit. Even if the UPND have a proof of a permit, if they can give UPND a permit, naine win. Me as whatever political party member, I should be able to get that same permit over kweteba PF. Otherwise, it will lapse na muchalo. That will lapse ne buino waka inde imwe.
You cannot do this to Zambia. In 4 years, and now when you're about to dissolve government, elo mwaleta ifima funde kwacha vena Zambia ninko komuchitere. Inko kwesha kwa bachikuya shiswira ngatamwa shiswira tashafume. But even Zambia, be vigilant. From today, we should not see any kind of meeting or gathering of the PF. If they gather, they should show us a permit of approval. Hello, is a permit of approval number because if they can give the UPND a permit, otherwise,
Madam President, you know why they've passed that law? Here is their plan. They know what they are intending to do in trying to rig an election this coming August. Do you know why they sent those police officers in Fisoro to go and train Amakadas by UPND? It is for this. What will happen is when people stand up to protest what they will be trying to do, they will be unleashing those dogs on people. They will be unleashing those. This is why this bill has been passed.
Because if it's a peaceful protest, voting day, everyone has to be outside. So this law cannot work on 13 August. Pampa 13 August, muntu onse haba pamusibokula ya mkuvota. So when Zambia muitina know your rights, tamuri ngombero tamuri nkoko. Abantu wase pa kuvota bakwimi kuba pansi abantu pa kuvota.
Wakwene Mpumi, Uyu Ichilema has taken advantage of the people.
They will be monitoring him. Imwenga mwaebati. Ababaleremba there will be no monitoring. Abena Zambia nga mwafi suminefi. Ninshi chapu watamwakeshi babakhalakita staff ama boxes yenefe mkavota. Balefo kumibira election under your nose na mwikala. These are the implication of this. Inga mwakonke fifinatawe. It's not a gathering with them kuvota sana. We need to explain to you people. This context, this law is to stop people from gathering. Politics, or for example, they know I'm a politician. So this law is targeting people like me who saying naitama members ba political party andi twice munganda na twikala. So in that case, kuti baisa tuingirira. Te mariro, te buinga, nishi munechita your politicians, where is your permit? Mwamona. So you have to know the context, but on voting day, this law won't apply.
The other thing, Madam President, is this. You know, their target, again, will be those churches that do not agree with them also. They'll be in trouble. This is what this is all about.
No, there is an exception. There is an exception for churches, weddings, and whatever.
I know. Trust me.
Yeah.
Trust me. UPND, this is where they are going. There will be those churches that speak against UPND. Any church that they will believe will be against them, you see what they will be doing. UPND,
you know what will happen? They will say you need a permit to kulanda pama politics. This is where this is going. Don't be surprised if they pass a law to say, ukulanda pama politics, you need a permit. This is what they are saying in other words. Because if you say, wedding, churches, all those things, they are okay. They are just fallen short to say, you cannot talk about politics. Because now, fiance filia, it is okay. But now, politics.
Maximo said it to say this, if he will, the gathering here, Mashani, but for the politics. He really, let the cut out.
And this is taking away our freedom of speech. You know? To send the lesson, you talk about Tumwalonga, no coach take the fiance except politics. Because naturally, Mbapa page, Pamwan, because I think somebody posted me an extract to show that you show it doesn't matter. Papa feeling with Yokulanda, he says it's a clever way of saying takuri kulonga no kulanda pama politics. So fine na number the blessing is with the social media. A blessing in this guys because they don't own the cyberspace. tebapange sonde. You know, cyberspace does not belong to anyone. So banetien fa pa Facebook wa papene nangu bena baka inde ba winning my election pa nani kane pa social media. You know, so nama campaign mwe bantunga munestira abantu ama gift abakumushi bashtireni ama phone gift yakupela this year. E campaign season gift to give is a cell phone. E gift mwana pela. This is the gift that where people takuli no kulonga na kuikala fyeweka bakutumina ka link wambo kulatamba. Indirectly they have said no politics, no discussion of politics. This is the law. Kulanda without masking it. This is what they have done. Basiena mo I said.
I am quite for me. Good evening, everyone. Okay, by sometimes it's just it's very difficult to actually comprehend or just to think about what kind of human beings that we have in our government. When you think about these bills that have been coming, I think even starting from way back when they were when we started with the cyber security bill, I think it was done and it took the same person now that they are condemning the US person to come and actually say. That's when a lot of people agreed. When a few people talked about it, we still had abantu abakutalika nokulanda tfyabu fifeta kwaba. When they were already training officers, deploying them in various police stations in the cyber security department. We saw it with Bill 7. When people talked about Bill 7 to say tamlebelenga fiance, they will talk about only the good side and try and mask it to say it's a good bill. This is a well-planned move by Hakainde Hichilema. He planned this whole term. That's why today to in development issues, apart from him trying to see how he can stay in power, how he can weaken every citizen, and it's now shown. They had 5 years now. The 73 bills lasted 10 days before. Mambo kulash tapasama bills until midnight. What is the rush? What are you hiding? Why don't you want to have people talk about it? Yes, you find still more. There are some people who are still arguing and saying in every society should have order in what you say. Like, are you for real? Do you really see where this is going? That it will be targeted. There will be other people who will be even arrested unfairly, because when you read parts of that bill, when it talks about the definition of public, that's so broad and vague, meaning simply because Queen Pumi PC Moon Mlalanda Pama politics. So meaning outside politics. The clause says if people are even suspected to be talking about politics, that statement is very broad. Like, you don't need to prove that from next and finish it. Someone just has to think suspicion about it also goes further where I don't know whether Navashta amend or not, where they were talking about the arresting officers to have the immunity over that. Those are some of the things that should worry a normal citizen of the country. However, what goes around or what goes around comes around. These things might sound very sweet today because they are in the ruling party. But come tomorrow, they may not be there, and they'll still face the wrath of these same bills that they were busy passing and saying, yeah, from midnight. Because they knew they had curtailed all these Benamlenga Kampamba, Benewasitni Mshanga, Beneshakafuswa, And when you look at them, they've been rejected by the party, the word structures already. That should tell us a story that whilst you're helping certain people, champion people to gag your own throat, to gag you from saying, or from you talking on behalf of the people that elected you in the first place. This should actually tell these people, because now we've seen all these results coming in today, which is shameful. Including Wachavingo. Rumor has it, Wachavinga also mazire moko. These are meaning the party does not even want you. So you've gone to a party that can reject you per word level. What are the chances? But you're busy supporting if in your party. These things that are just destroying us. These things, remember, they were talking about the bill for the CCTV. If you remember just a few weeks ago, they wanted to ban people from having CCTVs, but you had to go and get permission for you to install your own CCTV panganda in your private residence. You had to go. It would take about 10 days for whoever the officer who you apply to, and it would take another 30 days for you to get feedback. So in total, it would take about 40 days
for your own security. Panganda pamo, walefa bale ingirira abantu. Panganda pamo, babike pama restrictions for you to secure your house.
Yeah, exactly. So these are some of the things.
But Chris, can you request to join? Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
This is why, as Zambians, I think we have the responsibility. Let's look at the reasons as to why we don't need to vote for this government. And we know all these things where it's coming from. It's coming from the head of state. So if we remove the head of state, let's put somebody else there. Then we know there will be less interference. Look at how embarrassing it is even in Parliament. When Eddie Moti gives a ruling to set up all the evidence, what does that tell me? It tells me Bakateka Babufi, because Bakateka was there to welcome Basidni Mshanga. Bakateka was there to welcome who is this other man, to say, you're welcome, you've defected from this party to my party, you're welcome. So they started to make Bakateka. So meaning what Vanelli Moti did that day by saying there was no evidence, she simply said, the head of state is a liar. He lied that these people had defected when they did not defect.
Near lip service.
So, yeah, exactly. So if we say he's a liar, we should know then we don't need a liar in office. Because whilst we all know where all these things are coming from, she was told, you can't do this, because they knew if they said these seats are vacant, they would have not managed to make that noise of Parliament to pass all these bills. So they needed to keep those guys there. They needed to keep them there until the end. And these are some of the things that let's not be blinded by either ngama 50 kwacha batupeba bapera abantu ngama 10 kwacha or whatever it is. Or ngakacho lakali na kukenya lero kali na munkonde umumolu. You can't know. We don't know what's blinding people. I think it's time that we spoke about it. Let people know. If you think we know. In due time, if we allow this government to continue, especially the president continues, we are heading for doom. Twakulatina no kuyendera. Twakulatina okukupitana fye no mbakachunga kuya kwisa oletina because somebody is watching over you. I think it's worrisome to be there. And there he goes. He's busy now moving around wherever instead of looking at what is supposed to be done now. There are a lot of things that are happening in our country. But it can say Bakansa summit or whatever human rights. Bakansa because quite our values. Our values are natural to kutabale to Kanavan. Are those values? Can we talk about it? Or those are not values? Because he's allowed to be near the president. That is like a figure that is around the president, but he's busy talking about unpolitables. Then what does that show to the country or to other people? This is a person that you say is your personal photographer. Somebody who is very close to you, and you allow him to talk about unpolitables? I think it's a shame. So I think as a country, I think we still have this chance to say, let's go and vote these people out. Not one weekend when I was if you feel. let's go and vote out this man. I think enough is enough. We're not going to survive like this. I think it's going to be bad. That change it. I think thank you, Queen Pomi.
Thank you. But Joseph Nam Kwatamashi, we report about Chris.
I just wanted to agree with what Madame was just talking about. Yeah. Indeed, these laws that have been passed, they have, you'd wonder first of all to understand where they are coming from, you know. They seem to be a place where they are scheming all these things, planning all these things. And indeed, for me, I know that this is not just targeted on specific individuals, but they are broad. Depending on the situation, you know, that one fought, they can be applied appropriately. And that's the danger that is there. They are not really defined, I mean. I heard Wajapi Mills saying, no, the people that are exempted, the president, the vice president, the ministers, and he went on.
So there's some exemption.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes, there are some exemptions in this bill. So
oh my God.
Are some of the things that people
the chosen ones. Mamona.
What this is saying, in short, it is saying, ask the government to be able to hold meetings, but you, the opposition,
the people, Mamona. So they are above the law. They are we're doing a dictatorship.
It is.
Yeah, not doing a dictatorship. They are above the law.
Full-fledged dictatorship. But like you said, Madam President, you know, sometimes it's true. You allow muntu apangentamwe darisane akosa. Like what Mordecai did. He did exactly that. You know, thinking, okay, this girl or the people that will go will be the Jews. But not knowing that it's him that is going to hang in that same. You know, God's way of working has never changed. He's been consistent. This is why he can be trusted. He's a faithful God. And these patterns, we see them. Why? Because the spirit that is at work is basically the same spirit that was working even that time. So their ways are not different. And the way God has dealt with these things, he's dealt with them exactly. When you hear terms like the trap that you set against the innocent, you'll be the one that will fall into it. It is exactly that. It doesn't change. So as Zambians, yes, we look at these things, and of course we've been attacked. You know, we know that these are against our values. But be encouraged that surely time for reckoning comes. This power, I can point at so many people in Africa, Madam President, that have been there, that people never thought would ever leave power at all. But where are they today? Great, great people with huge finances. There is no African president, as things stand in the world, or even in the world, that would have surpassed Muammar Gaddafi financially. It's a lie. No. But what happened? Time came, and Gaddafi did what? Is no more. So in this context, yes, we are crying just as the scripture says, when the evil rule. Indeed, the citizens of that particular kingdom cry, and this is where we are. We've cried, they've not heard us. We've said, these are not good laws. We've not heard. But what do? They'll come and tell you, oh no, it's the Zambian people that have agreed. Yes, Zambians have accepted these laws. When you ask them which Zambians, they'll just say, we the Zambians. And that's it. That's the danger that, we know, when you have people that are proud, when you have people that are high and mighty in power, this is what happens. There's so much abuse. But we have an opportunity. We have an opportunity as Zambians. Yes, they have all these laws that have been made against, you know, us. What do we do as Zambians? What do we do as Zambians? Do we just continue crying, or we take a step? The step that is there, the power right now is in our hands. The voters' card will decide what happens. So if we Zambians say we are okay to be rude like this. If we Zambians say it's okay to be disrespected, it's okay to be stopped, from our freedom of expression, association, yes, then let's go and vote for UPND. But if we say no, we are not happy with what is happening. We are not happy with the road shedding that took place for the past 4 years. We are not happy with all the lies that were being taught to us. We are not happy against the gaggling of our media space. It's up to us to decide that. We can say, no, we do not want. We Zambians give power, and we Zambians take power away from the person that we give. So all this falls back on us. But alas again, just like it was said, those that are in it will never see it. It is only those that are outside that are able to see the ills of this government. Those that are praising, those that are clapping, it's okay, they are inside, they don't understand. But when they get out, they will know what it means. So I'm just imploring upon all Zambians. All Zambians, come, let us vote wisely this coming election. And for me, Madam President, and don't hide, I've scanned through the leadership around. I present to the Zambians a leadership that is stable, a leadership that is faithful, a leadership that is sober, a leadership that is God-fearing, a leadership that stands in integrity. The leadership of one son of Zambia, Makebi Zulu, as a man that will bring sanity in our country. I thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Baba PC Moon. Yeah, I'm wondering if you could underthink, could you watch? Especially that we are just a few days away from dissolving parliaments, governments, and then watch Defi. Mamona. So they are trying to stop people from holding meetings. But if you talk to Kosa the chef here in Zambia, what in Zambia, Muitina. So ngabalanda that government official akaba exempt. So enani shikuti ya kwata meeting. So a government official can, but we are dissolving parliament. Yeah. So government is dissolving. So nabe talk about but the thing is when actually I pay my permit, right? That is the thing.
The thing is this, when he says the president is exempted, the vice president is exempted, the government, of course, we know that their systems will always be...
Will favor them, yes, they will favor it, yeah.
So basically this law was intended to just to stop the... Oppress,
yeah.
Basically to oppress or stop the opposition from, gunning and, campaigning and doing that. This is what this is all about. This is what this was meant to be. Something that would just not allow the opposition to organize and interact with people.
We are already organized. I think the opposition have suffered under this government. 5 years is not a joke. Load shedding, no water. I was talking to my sister. She's retired. There were nishi mune chitoko atawe takwa ba menshi. Business takwa bali salaka shopu na chambeni kushtisha maluba takwa ba menshi. I'm just like, Jesus, what can you do? Now we kala panganda amalaitero ya ishire. People's businesses were ruined. Amenshi nombati takwaba. This government has decampaigned itself. So nanguba kambalets. Nimbeba na aka inde nati ilo ya isaleti. Mwakambaleti ba aka inde. Pantu nangumuinga lenta mafunde 1,000 chebo chike minina. Here in the United States, there was slavery. Mamona, ero abasungwe baleteka abantu abafita obusha. Nomba if we ni DNA moine. Me, I am from Chikankata. My mother, mama bazogu mapangaya gumunzoguya. Mabona. Bahaga inde bajibaya kuwengwa. So now tuli bantu bomwe. So now bahaga inde baro kambo ba government official ngabapanga ngaba jita miswanga no poba yandira. And yet mebo kambo heri government official kunga bu police wa ya permit. ali mundawanko we ku police babona ati tandi UPND tabo kundipa. Now tulera ndati chebo chikeminina because here in the United States abantu abafita they fought to be free kubasungu mucha in a foreign land. Nomba Zambia bena Zambia nishi bakekalira. Nisha bena Zambia, why will Zambians accept to be oppressed by a fellow Zambian? Muntu tuli bantu abainda bayambayila mewondiri muntonga ali mundiri mulozi. Nachendia uzumina kutegwa bagainde bandichite oppress mebochihi. Oh, unakotukende wa America bantu basia. They fought until in 1964. All the oppression, whatever segregation, it was abolished in 1964. So, number if Zambia, we have been independent since now. We go back to slave days? Hell no. No one will accept that. I will not allow my grandchildren to be born and raised in a country of a superior people.
Queen Pome,
yes.
What is annoying is you are one person who supported this man.
Yeah, but I didn't support this nonsense. Did you hear what this man was saying? So if you tell me I supported this man, you're insulting me. Because I did not support this. The man we supported in 2021 is different. So for you to come here and say I supported him, I think you are insulting me there. Because all of the 2.8 million Zambians voted for this man. Okay?
Queen Pome, I remember telling you that this man is a con.
So he conned 2.8 million Zambians. So I supported him when 2.8 million people voted for his lies is kind of a bit too much. I think you need to change your language and take another direction to this argument. Because 2.8 million people voted for this man. Me, I'm only one person. So now, as we talk about the predicament we are in,
do you know the number of people that you influenced?
Based on his lies.
So you and I are singing from the same hymn.
Iwenga waisa pamushi we Chris waisa pamushi kumwana wandati ndekeni ngupo mwana wenu nkamushitira moto kanabulo mwana wandi na ufio mwana wandi kuliwe. So if I marry my daughter to you based on your lies, is it fair to say mwari ufio mwana wenu kulibadia at niwe wa reason mwana obiare chula pantu wali ufio mwana wawe kulibudia? No. You are not going to put this on my neck. Hell no. Because the man lied. The man lied and got 2.8 million votes. Umwana wandingalefo kupa ale taba umepano panganda mone mami mone nyaba umiaba aba umebale mone kafefyo nseni bwino bwino. Batwala na panganda cash motoka ya te yabo yabale ashimefi. If someone can con. You know, we were simply conned is all I can say. So it is unfair for you to start telling me, bring all whatever you are bringing here. I am not the one who sat down and cooked those lies. Maybe if we can track the person to tell us those lies, you can go and tell that story to that person. Otherwise, I am an innocent person who got conned on lies. So I don't know what you're trying to pull here by saying, do you know how many people you influenced? How many people did he lie to? Huh?
When we speak on the sidelines, right? And you know that.
Yeah, but I will not take you to putting me here when we are 3 months to the next election. Mula and Jebata influence people. But am I the one who gave Baka in the never know I very Baka in that way some Kube Pama Zambian spoke to Mula and Jere? No, I'm just no, because you say something which is annoying me. I am not the one who cooked those lies for Bahaka Inde to come and lie to the Zambians. So it's not fair for you to start telling me to say how many people did I influence.
Okay, Pumi, are you going to let me to?
Yeah, I don't want you to ever say that to me again, because I am not the one who gave those lies to Bakaka Inde to come and lie to the Zambians for you to try and hang it on my neck like I am the reason people voted. When Bakaka Inde obufibwa boko baba funishe nshadiko, he lied to many people.
Queen Pumi, didn't I tell you that I've got a sister who's friends with somebody who was...
I'm sorry, I have to drop that man. Because they just passed 74 bills, and then he's just trying to drag my name in the mud. To try and hang it on me. Go and tell that to Elias Munshaba Pokere Nchito. Go and tell that to Sia One, who got employed after some of us these are the people who knew what the plan was. Elias Munshaba Chipaku na Sia One. Those are the people we were together campaigning with. And immediately Hakainde won. These people who knew the real deal, they were given jobs. If I'm divided to send away sacrificial lambs. You know? That's why I have been here 5 years non-stop to try and redeem my name. But the people who knew that Hakainde was lying, they were rewarded. They were in on it. By Elias was saying, if to tuombera balanda, Elias musha kamusha. Tuombera balanda ifwe chache na chatire. Ero ine I'm not even UPND katushika political party okobale lumbula ba musha. Where is Munsha today? Scandal after scandal, and instead of being fired, Munsha is just being changed from one diplomatic post to another. Where is Norman Chipakupaku? Those are the people you should talk about. Don't drag my name into this scandal of UPND when I've not even eaten a kobo from UPND. Not even a penny, not even a cent. And even the CR1 told me in a public forum that I should send him my number so that I should be paid. I said, no. I don't eat dirty money, blood money. I don't. Because these people, the money they're enjoying, Zambians are perishing. Wow, these people, they're enjoying in Shavena, Zambia. That's why they're not Kenny. They invited me to their party. I said, no. I could anything me, I'll stand with the people. But Chris, platform you will not come here and try to tarnish my name. When things are bad, when 74 bills have been passed, go and tell that to Benamunshia, Nasiawan, Navachipakupaku. The other people, they have no idea what this government wanted to do. So it's unfair for you to start dragging our names in the mud. Go and drag Ishinadiaba, Munshaba, Chipakupaku, Nasiawan. Bon Seva de Botuale Vanabo Palive. You can't come and tell me that. When in a Shayarang one way about UPND, I will not take it. But Luther Blair, my son.
And it on quite. Malanganda, Stonga,
in a for Ichiberesh. Ichiberesh in Shifwa, Madame Beresha.
Amwina ababeresha abadimaka fundisha aba barwana bengi so ba kristata weni kwa mesh tale mukutumane era muverenge fyashtika lelo ichita kweba tinga maisa pamala sapa chintu wengi lerande fyashika.
I know, instead of talking about 74 bills balande if I influence people.
Amala ambush.
Imagine.
Our Papitan Statata, you can never swim in the same river twice. I mean, if you are sticking with
I think about UPND. Niba UPND.
Now people stand.
Shadi up impatient in about UPND. I've not eaten a kobo a penny from UPND. So how dare you even want to put me in your mess? I am not in your mess, okay? So stay the hell away from my page.
So, Mfweni Wewena Chalo, number 1, the Public Order Act never touched funerals?
I'm retired, but Chrissy, I am retired. My husband pays all my bills, okay? I don't need a job. Do you know my age? I'm a pensioner. Government owes me almost $500,000 US. If I die today, my children will inherit it. Naribomba kali. I have worked for almost 40 years now, about 40 years, Pano, because I started working when I was young. So I have 2 pensions. Nalikwata pension kuzambe na kuno nalikwata. Nalibomba kale. I'm not your level. Leave me alone. What job can I work? Do you know how much I make a month? Tubambile because Camboniza because I can't be here 5 years looking for a job. For what? 5 years? How does he think? How does he think I survive for 5 years? Who pilama bill ya ndinani for 5 years? Mbapano every day per internet. Nina nuli pila bill ya ndipano. I am retired. Politics. Baby girl. He tells me, Mama, do your politics. You have worked already. I've raised 3 girls. All of them have bachelor's degrees and master's degree. 3 abana kashine panopont. So I'm not your level. I'll even block you. Yeah, let me block him. He want to frustrate me. Let me block him. Start blocking. Sure, if you're yes.
So the difference between the Public Gathering Act and the Public Order Act as a sect. Mewana Zambians, don't be deceived, my people. They are saying the police now have to respond to you. We know the response. We know who's IG right now, Padre Shiva. Ibingalato to Ali Shiva. So we know what they will do. They've cleaned it up. And let me tell you the brilliance or the things that Zambians have to watch out for. So Zambia has a significant literacy rate. There are enough of us that have critical thinking skills. There is enough of us that can see from a mile away what BS looks like. And we can see through this. Yes, now the police are required to give you a reason. Do you think the police IG will fail to give you a reason? This has never been about funerals. It's never been about weddings. It's political space. Politics is about the business of what happens at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Where you live, whether you have a pit latrine or you have a flushing toilet. That is politics. Zambia has over 60% poverty rate. Translation, over 12 million Zambians bekala ubuchushi tabakwitenapa kumakapi. They are poor. Any politician can buy them. So this thing, and this man is very smart. That's why we thank God for KK, because he educated us to see through this kind of BS. It's called tokenism. You have 12 million poor Zambians. Give 5 million of them access to CDF. They'll sing praises. Go and look at the voter roll right now that ECZ has certified. 8 million voters.
Is it 8.7?
8.7. They know, they have calculated. They have enough money to buy at least that many. That's all they need. That's all they need. This Constituency Development Fund, what impact has it made constituencies. Let's go to Mose constituency. Jack Mwim has been MP from 2021. How many CDF allocations has he had? Go and see. Can he point? Why is he going to Mose East right now? The new constituency. Why is he going there? Kandeke, Karedi Naka Black. You morph into something else. The same song, different tune. This public gathering thing, act, it is the same thing. The police have not lost their discretion. They have not. They are required to respond to you in 24 hours, but have they lost the reasons why? Can they not say we have no manpower? They will still say that. So Zambians, do not be deceived. Why we fought the British is because we wanted to be free. Citizens first should be free to have a meeting wherever they want to have it. The police, the only reason you're required to notify the police is in case there is a fire. Now tell me, if there's a robbery, does the police, Zambia police respond? Don't they say, you can monitor your face before you come? Do they even have the means to respond to anything? So why are they saying, what is this manpower thing? What kind of manpower? When there's a crime, when the Levi Manawasa students are being raped, they say we cannot be, we have no fuel. So what kind of manpower are you asking?
That's unfair. It's for politics. Never learned that weddings is exempt. So apart, they are just being diplomatic. That's no political gathering. Because if ama weddings they are exempt. So ngamulea mkufia na mulifye wino. Ingamulea ku church mulifye wino. So fiance fili ya mulifye wino. But you know
what they do? It's called a false flag. A false flag is when you do something like what they did for this prayer on the 24th of the 23rd of October. There was supposed to be a prayer meeting. Pastor Sinyango, Sunday Sinyango wanted to pray for freedom, for you to be free spiritually, is what he was trying to do. Zambia is already free. We gained our independence in 1964. But he was trying to lose Zambians because he saw that now Matukaka, you're bound. But he wanted, and what did they do? They used the Public Order Act because it gave them latitude and everything. It is the same thing now. As long as he puts on that flag, it can be deemed a political event. That is why they were able to surround the cathedral. The police did that. Under what authority? The same thing. They've retained it. The police can still say there are more than 3 people here. We deem them to be a threat to public safety. They can still do that. What Zambians want is freedom. That KK fought us, for us. Not for someone who was born a Zambian. And my people, the one thing that I'll land on, anyone who was born in Northern Rhodesia, including Matata, should never occupy office. Because they will sail you down the river. And I'll land there because I gotta go.
Thank you. But Joseph's landeni ko baraba umena bamfurisha na mwishwa because bachamba ku inbox he has started me today babukire pali ne kachinga na wata sign ati mupumulo mutinyeni kale bachamba kuma inbox tule chattinga awe iwe bakakukakanga baya ku Zambia nati bakankakire ne pamsha tukana po muntu awo bale kubakakakana tawe ingani ko shrine nena alikwata kuli ba yanko ba mukumushi bali nindo shina bena baba ku shrine kuli akwini.
So I concur with what Fabrea was saying. You know, Zambia is at a crossroad right now. This is where we are, and all these laws that are being passed, I know the target is basically, we understand that this is going against, they just want to guard political parties, that political parties don't express themselves. But I think times are changing, Madam President. Here we are, you know, the same message that we can actually spread one-to-one in those meetings. We can actually meet, you know, electronically and discuss things. So for me, that is just a sheer waste of time. I know this is targeted at specific individuals, obviously, that they do not want these people to be meeting. You know, these are things that someone just wakes up and dreams, what is it that we're gonna do? What is it that we're gonna do? And that is the result. They could be celebrating right now. I know they're having, they're toasting as things stand. You know, we've passed all the bills, we've done all this. But ultimately, the end result will be terrible. Will be terrible. Sometimes when we devise all these things, we don't realize the harm that they have on us, you know, as individuals. But at the end of the day, UPND will learn the hard way. And no one will sympathize with them. No one will ever sympathize with them. This that they've done to our democracy, I don't know. I don't know how I can even describe it.
You know, there are ways around. So you know why they have done this is like, okay, they stop people from meeting. And then what a spy where, yeah, Gonzalez is the one who told us about the cyber bill, mamona. So as long as Mwema politicians want to Zambia, if a Zambian politician gets off the local network, if you are using the local network, they are monitoring everything that you are saying. So when a bale mwana kwatina bachita achieve, okay, takuli kukuma na bantu, kulia kuma network, bali phone, they are monitoring everybody's conversation. If you are on the local network. So all our politicians, bafiro via VPN, and they must use a satellite phone. Chapwa. Elonga kuchita chat kula via ma WhatsApp. Yaba encrypted Telegram or Signal. If you are a politician in Zambia, get off the local networks, get off a regular phone, use satellite phone. This is what you politicians need to use. I don't know how I can say this loud and clear. Get off local network by politician and use a satellite phone. Because in a Munipama network, ya bobakula mchita monitor ma conversation yenu, everything ulayenda kusasa ngafe, ulipa phone na isoko kwini, bale kuchita monitor. They are monitoring whom you're talking to, so nga ulaya kudia yo tuwala kumana pesa. Badika ye munshida to ambush you as you go to where you are going. Elwa mafona ya kubonfya ni Huawei phone. Te kushta fya mafona ayadi yonsi. Ya mafoni ya kwat iPhone, they track you through that IMEI number, the serial number. Even if you are not on their network, kwa wama phone, balak track. That Zita has a capacity to listen to WhatsApp calls and Facebook. So you have to get off WhatsApp, all the sensitive meetings, kula pama Signal, Telegram, and also use Huawei phone. Ababa shtifyambo kukuma Mexico bonse babonfyama Huawei phone. Ya Huawei phone bali tsana ban muno mu America because they can't track it. So mwema politician, invest in a satellite phone, invest in a VPN, you move to Signal. What's Signal, Telegram, or inshi yaba fiaba fitatu. Signal, Telegram, na Imbi. There is another app, communication app. But Google based, Facebook, WhatsApp, fionse kabili Zuckerberg uchita oni WhatsApp na Google na Facebook. These three, they are connected somehow. So they can track you. So that is how you are going to survive. You have to be smarter than them. Otherwise, mukala mukulanda pa phone mule pinga na apa kwenda bale kutamba fe filafi netamba muma movie. The bali bikaka tracker. Bale kutamba pa ule ndanga bale fo kupinikira ba kupinikira. You know the way they ambushed JJ? How the hell did you think JJ ba mwiketesha? How was JJ ambushed? Ero kula abo mfefe na tuliotuma Benaphone tulia mwalimu na ba kwa tempi ya mma movie. They used tuliotuma phone tu akali tulia kwa tutumo torora tuliotu flipping. That one tete is not GSM. Takwata GSM. So you need to find that tulotuma phone tusha kwata GSM or a satellite phone. Yes, so TikTok, Starlink, Signal, and yeah, Telegram good for now. We need to share this information. I hope that we Hi, good greetings. Last week I quitted grandma duties. Last week I busy no mushkuru, so but this week I'm here. Mkwai. Ima ese mkunda kisha ine pa kufi batu bepele ba akainde kwa choko nadi oko bare bepe ba akainde ko bare ipiko bufi bwabo
fandero mbako buteko buleisa ama kariukiramu ama syllabus kubana ba masukuru kwati bakambye okufunda abana ikabe sana yamaka civics bakwe bati neri abana ono bare umuntu akaina tukushoyu efiringire okuba leader efiringire okuba minister efiringire okuba MP bakwe bati n'abana bare abalekula bayishiba.
My human rights. I'm a human rights. But Belawela, good to see you. I'm certified human rights activist. We need to introduce human rights into school. Abantu bafiro kuishibe ensambu shabu. Ni kabili. But me, I will vote for HH, me and my family. Not money for poor family and you're in. Mwadi baba tunturu.
That's why uyu president wesoma kepizuru pantu nishitei kuru arapoka ma advice but nishitei kuru ararumbana kulilesa pako bachamu pera kwa mano na fimbi. That's why amakonka sana ara tushitei encourage kwa fretu akwataho na muturi mu situation ya bi but fretu akwataho ira ko mu situation yisoma no mukusanga abantu muri munasti umwakwe batina kaunda yafishe mu abantu kaunde mi kalile nangu yasa shupa wanta wale kwanisha nangu kwa liwa vigilant but taikete pansa mbusha kufiyarwa no muntu kwikate okuingira na mukatika mutima wa muntu omuntu kumupangira nensa mbufi omutima wako ufire wapema awo kyakiramu efo kifule kyawo
bamunkonge mulayibukisha ila video na muyumfasi ya one okwale but my brother ababena tabaka mulekenga alusa so tufire tuwachita fyose fo tufire tuwachita atipantu nangu ku Tanzania bali pa y'abantu ifyali talala mwamona esi ya wanu uleba panda ale panda ba si ya wanu ali ku Nigeria kulya ale sangala mumpya shabena Zambia na mazambians bale chula na chikwena si ya wanu mwandini your day is coming lesa kumulu kusiya wanu ishempye sho ureli ya bena Zambia bale chula ule panda na ba UPND ifya bupuba iwe siya wanu kamolesa ngataba kumulu lesa ngatem lesa ope panga mukali pali lesa wesu your days are numbered siya wanu ale bakoseresha baba UPND chiteni fyefyo mwana chita pantu yeche chinga alu satala kesemuleka. Let us do what we have to do ku Tanzania balipa ya bantu fyali talala elo na ma Americans balea mkuchita business na ma Tanzania tabalandanako but balungu elo bakakire nankani elo bakakire HH tabaishire ba Commonwealth mukulandira HH namba ba Commonwealth bali kuisale elo bena Zambia bale bakengeresha kuri HH where is the UN and the Commonwealth mukulando kwa bati ba HH mulerufiyanye fyo mulekita bali kuisa ba you ba Commonwealth bali kuisa lero where is Commonwealth today bena Zambia. That's why you must realize that we are on our own. And we are on our own because these people, they are benefiting from these decisions which HH is making. If these people, they are not benefiting from the decisions HH is making, they would stand up for HH to do the right thing. But why are they quiet when HH is oppressing the whole country, passing illegal laws? But for only one person was arrested for actually interfering with the presidential motorcade. The whole world, Commonwealth, whatever, bamupera na buchifu shanyuko awarded. Where is that woman today when Zambians laws are being signed to oppress Zambians? Where is the Commonwealth when people were killed there in Tanzania and businesses as usual? See, one was saying that. Kuwa kosele shoko but fipisheni fie human bills fipisheni pakatalala. Because those people benefit. They don't care if Zambians live or die as long as amabwebale imbabale senda. Mwamona. So when Zambia we are on our own chain to salapuke. Bonse ku salapuka whether uri mutonga uri mulozi ku salapuka. We are intermarried. Tatoka ipature na alikuwa to mulopo wa butongomu. I have Tonga blood, I have Lozi blood. But I can't say you nana support by HH because we are Tonga. No. I can't support a decision to take Zambia back to slavery. I cannot. And no normal person, no Zambian can support a decision to bring slavery laws 62 years after independence. We better do the right thing and we have an opportunity to remove this government. No normal person can stay with these laws they have passed. Iwenga waule mba tukuyamkuvotera bahaka inde na mafunda yoba oba pishishe ndeku peperera. Imwe abana benu nabeshikuru benunga mwafu bakesa mukushipa amate pamanda shenu because they will be so disgusted for your behavior to support slavery laws, but to wear slavery when already bloodshed was lost 62 years ago for our independence.
Madam President, in fact, what's more, when we are talking about development, there are so many things that actually are supposed to bring or add up to bring us to that place. But where you are bringing draconian laws, laws of, slavery age, you bring them. Forget about moving forward. Forget about, we are in a time and age where social media, ICTs must be used for the advancement of the development of countries, but we are busy bringing laws that are going to prevent people from expressing themselves in that light. How do you expect to develop as a country where people can't mingle freely, where people can't express themselves freely? When we talk about democracy, democracy is wide. It's not just, shouldn't just be about this political part. No, it includes the players, people doing businesses, people doing, in what environment are they doing this business?
Joseph, money ku South Africa. Bale China file ku South Africa. Ama South Africa, although the way bale fichitila mo, kuchwa bapele nsambu. Pantu chile chalo cha South Africa, elo cha pokele independence. Mwamona? South Africa ya pokele independence, but ingo ya mu South Africa. Ama South Africans, bale chula, bale chita flourish mulia mchalo, ma foreigner. Chimona mu Zambia. Mwamona? Why should foreigners flourish in Zambia if we were in Zambia today chula? Abana besoma street children. Our children are suffering. Our youths were promised to be given licenses to own mines, but you are what a license, Ninan. Who are the traders in Zambia? It is foreigners who are trading. Even Ukurime Misal. These are politicians are the one making the rules to deliberately impoverish us Zambians. And these laws are and from cyber law to now actually stopping to discuss about how they have given a tax holiday. Me, I expected to see among those 73 bills, a bill which will require all mining shares, Zambia to have at least 51% mining shares. This is what I expected. That is a developmental bill. Where is the bill that could have given Zambia to own 51% shares or more? Is it there, any of those bills? But there is a bill to stop you from talking about it. Why they are giving my minerals away tax-free. Techulande. Techimukolonga ne mulande echo abantu batatu bale ipusha tinge mpya shiria kwisa echo bale sen echo bale shitisha mawu. Okay, mwana tusanga ba munkongi tulipani. Wake up Bena Zambia. These bills should have been included to stop privatization of our property. You know, kundola inenareka la pa premium plaza. Sheshi building each teri kundolopo na ikeri. And my family still owns that property. But do you know that big premium plaza building here at Ziski has been put on the market for private estate, private housing estate? Why didn't they ask all the tenants paria to put money together and buy that building and maintain it? And I hear a Chinese is going to buy Premium Plaza. Everything will be privatized under our nose. And they are bringing laws to shut you up. You can't even question all these things they are doing. Welcome, Vanos Navadasin.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you. I just wanted to contribute to say, this is not even about politics. When Zambians go and vote on the 13th August, the vote is going to be to protect our sovereignty as a nation. We want to look 5 years of the government of UPND. Zambians are more divided. Zambians are now like prisoners in their own country. This is not even about who to vote for, what to vote for. This is to protect our country. And then, have you noticed that even as we are going to vote, God has shown Zambians the person that can help us, a person that is credible enough to take us through this darkness that we are experiencing as a country. Whether you don't want to vote for Makebi, what can you vote for? At the end of it, don't waste your vote on UPND or anything to do with UPND. This is not the Zambia that we want. This is not the Zambia that we had hoped for. Upon we want to say, yes, they're trying to like make you scared not to talk, but we are going to use the same social media that put UPND government in power. We want to let's go out, let's sensitize every Zambian. Let's teach our youth who to vote for. This is the time. Because I think but this is too much. You can't pass some laws within just 7 days. You haven't even consulted anyone, and then you want us to vote for you. Show us what you've done for Zambia. Nothing. Everyone else that loves Zambia, let us protect our country, Zambia. We've got only one Zambia. There would never be another Zambia. I submit. Thank you, Queen Puma, and everyone that is listening. God bless you all. I want to push up in favor, like as our time is limited, but on the weekends we will just be flat out. We want to start educating our Zambians who to vote for. I
know have a life for my weekend, you know, but taking a break, I think popularize.
Because you are the one that has got it. We can't be setting our groups. Apanomba, you started this a long time ago, so we are better off listening to people that are credible, people that are we mean the same. People that love Zambia. This is not tekwa ngalanomba potu afika kwimpum. Apanomba milimo tentwambo kuomba, and our job is to recruit more people to chase out this government that has taken us to nabakauntabali tufinsho kusumanomba abantu twala mulu back in the Stone Age area. We can't allow that. I submit kwimpum. God bless.
Thank you. Have a great day. Stay blessed. But not my son. But mama not singa ba sokolo kanishiba nishina ibeba. Yeah.
How are you?
I'm okay. How are you? Good to see you. Welcome.
Good to see you too. Thank you.
Ngamwa sokola kanishi ya beba. Nomba pa ifi mwafuma ni paka 13 takuli kubwelela bo paka 13 August. Naizanda.
You see, they are trying the reason. If you critically analyze the whole thing, the whole reason why even the international community are silent is purely based on behind closed doors. They already discussed as what is in it for us.
Right.
What is in it for us. So they discussed and they came up, okay, inenga mwandwishisha na poka kafulo. You get minerals free. That was what was there.
Batantana Gonzalez walilandira kwa abantu.
So these things are all planned.
Yeah.
So now their biggest hurdle was to get rid of Edgar Lungu. That was their biggest hurdle now. So that is what the fight was all about. It had nothing to do with any Zambian. It had no. Now they don't come in it for nothing. They know what they want when they come to you. So they discuss, they sit down, discuss, and come up. So and what we're experiencing today clearly says it, because look at today. Despite all the laws, the injustices, everything, you name it, they've been silent.
Takulina tapatatu ngani headline news yapa kwa Zambia bagwerera nabaleta colonial law mu Zambia mwamona, but mu international community mulizi
as if it clearly goes to show that it was all a calculated move. They just wanted to put him in so that they can get what they want.
They can get rich together.
Exactly. And now what is going to happen, you will see how much land will be sold.
Our Zambia will be sold. Yes. Nation after kuchiba chinja. It will go to the highest bidder.
Exactly. So that is the strategy, and that is why they're silent. So they're not going to say anything. But they will all their minerals, they won't be able to extract the minerals they want, and so on and so forth. These are all calculated moves.
Ngani uyasi ya chakuti atibali mupera kachinga ma shares ya percentage of kulia kumine.
Yes, he's got got shares, Muma mine, at our expense. You can imagine.
Imagine, Munga ndomo ekala kwati ni kingi mwebantu. But when na.
He knows what he's saying. He has to sing. He has to.
Bali mutebeta. They can't even pay me a poor retiree my pension. Bali am kutebeta. Kwena.
Bread is buttered. Yet if of what Chalo, Chula, and the government knows it, and they can't butter neither. Hospitals have no medication.
And they are making more screws to shut our mouth number na molu.
So that, and then also this bill is just intentional. All they want to do is they fear that when after the voting, the citizens will get their votes. And when they got their votes, it will be very difficult for them to rig. So that's the strategy. Now here they would use those, but I mean, I'm a secret Ngani police.
No, like JJ says. You know what JJ says? JJ alilanda tumwema civil servant, be patriotic. Apanomba, since they are, because dictators are made, mamona, and they are enabled. Kasonga techafu meku state house kuisa mkuchite mingala tashonseji, no?
But unfortunately, Madam President, we have, he's already been made, he's been enabled. You see how...
No, not yet, because...
No. Listen, Madam President, when you look at the way the police is working, when you see the way Parliament is working, when you see the way the civil service is responding to him, this clearly tells you what has this man done. He has replaced all those level-headed civil servants, especially in administration, with those people that he and are submissive to him.
Yes,
that's what he's done.
I know that, but
a very good example I'll give you is what is happening at Registrar of Societies. That department itself, whatever is happening against all these political parties, it's exactly what HH wants and what he tells them to do.
Right.
This is why we're experiencing what we're experiencing today. So what do we do in the light of what has happened now? This is why I want to agree with Madam North when she says those police officers that were sent to go and train, it was for this. You remember that TCZ issued a statement to say, no, we don't want anyone to be after at the polling stations. Once you voted, you should go.
Exactly.
So what do? There was no law against it. It was just the essay.
Exactly.
So they have created a law now that they're going to use against that. Who are they going to use? Those same recruits.
Yeah, but I know, but my point to that is, if these people were sure, by Kennedy Moiseni, let me just say this point and I'll hand over the floor to you. I want you to think of what I'm saying. Like, if these people were sure that this election was in the bag, then why pass 74 bills? Somewhere besides them doing all this, it's not 100% in the bag. Because if it...
It's not.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that one.
So this is my point where I'm saying somewhere besides everything going on, they know there is a 99.9% chance of them losing power. The stakes are high. Because even if they train this police, they do everything, there is 8.7 million voters at stake. Even if they have hired teachers, nurses, doctors, it still boils down to 8.7 million voters, and God is above everything else.
I want to agree with you, and I want to support your statement. We had the most brutal regime during Kaunda, when during those times of riots, we had serious paramilitary, but people defied that. So I agree with you. if we people resolve to say we are not going to bow down and will not allow you steal the vote.
And this is the message we should tell the people. It's not over until it's over. Even if the situation looks grim, but that is its darkest before dawn. Because he can have all the people in judiciary, they can have all the laws. They never. Okay, look at situation yakwa MZ8. How come MZ8 has a political party? How come? And the political parties that were banned were all the ones MZ8 was eyeing. But Kennedy, the floor is yours. So as they can try, but they can try in their power, but God is in control. We should twineno goku paper. Lesala ilango bukali, the way MZ8 has come with that resolute party, we continue praying. So whatever evil, whatever hurdle they are trying to disqualify him, we need to pray so that nothing works. MZ8 should be on that ballot. This is our prayer. This is our strength, is in our prayer and belief that we shall overcome. Whatever they try to do, they will fall flat on their face. Even if they bring 24-hour curfew. Kennedy, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Bose Mabumbeni and Mefitafian Kondo. What I would just want to encourage every one of us who's listening and who's contributing is that we are so many compared to those that we want to take out of government. The only thing we need to do is to have a positive message to our people.
Yeah.
That we should not be intimidated.
Right.
First and foremost, I must state that I know some of you may not know me. I come from the Council of Leaders of the Dons Alliance.
Okay.
And, my message has always been simple. We are one.
Yes.
We are one. Regardless of the regions, we are one. But there are few individuals that find solace in divide and rule. Because from the onset, their agenda was not to save the people of Zambia. You can't stay in power for 5 solid years. Last 74 bills. It simply means that 5 years, what were you doing? They were looting, they were stealing, and they were suppressing the people of Zambia. Now, we are one. Be rest assured. Be rest assured we are one. Panopo tufikire panova ne chichintu tureruisha chiswango. Bantu muntu inefe wate mwechalo cannot oppress the same people that he loves. He cannot suppress the same people that he loves. You cannot rule the people that you hate. That is the bottom line. When you hate people, you can't rule them. The only way you are going to fortify your position is by silencing them. But true leadership is protected and safeguarded by the same people that you are leading. Now, when you don't have the heart for the people have in a kunenuka bakuwelamo. Because the Wabel Monati, Kashikaba, Isha, and Bamuchimpuena fear, Abengichimpuena fear. Otherwise, when you go deep inside UPND, I can assure you they don't have structures. That is the honest truth. They do not have structures. And that's why the only alternative they had is to frustrate PF, is to disturb PF. Because UPND failed to create strong structures. From the time we got into multipartism, this is the only time a ruling political party has failed to amass numbers from the opposition. Have you ever witnessed mass defections from the opposition to UPND? None. what the opposition has been doing is just to split itself. That's all. But no one is going to UPND. What does that tell you? It simply means that UPND will have a future. So, to the people of Zambia and everyone who's listening, at the end of it all, we are one, and we are fighting one opponent. And believe you me, we are going to overcome this opponent. We are going to remove President Hakainde Hichilema. If you information you are going. Curriculum assessment have we performed? What is the temperature on the ground? They've got the right information. We don't even be deceived. You guys be ready to come back again in the opposition. Bantu muntu awana oteteera ngishati nawa. Kulangisha kwati nakosa. But what has happened, UPND has been eaten from inside. So, my encouragement, that what we are going to protect, that they have recruited 4,000 police officers, more and whatnot. We have more over 12,800 somewhere there, polling stations. So, who's going to cover all the polling stations with mass numbers? So, we are more. Because Charo Cheso, Amakabantu. Number 5, a lot of people have gone to slumber. For fear of these are the constitution of this land. And I just want to tell everyone, the constitution of Zambia has given each and every one of us a duty. The number one duty is to protect the sovereignty of this country. That is part of each one of us. 125 million. We all have that duty given to us by the Constitution. Further on, the Constitution tells us to say, again, you have a duty to protect and promote government institutions, which include ECZ, which includes Registrar of Society, which includes the police, which includes ZNS, ZNBC. All these government agencies and institutions, we have a duty, all of us without exception, to protect. We are protecting them from what? We are protecting them from being captured by criminals. We are protecting them from being mismanaged. We are protecting them so that they carry out the function, whose function is to serve your interest and my interest. Period. Not an individual's interest. Where now you want to reduce the ECZ to be a cadre of an individual, political party, where you have reduced the Registrar of Society to a cadre. And I feel sorry for these boys and girls. Because if they were men, they would have said, no, boss, this I can't do. Those are boys and girls. Because they were going to be in a position to whip the president, to simply tell him this we can't do, sir. That one we can't do, sir. So it is a duty of all of us. Once we rally behind these institutions to protect them and promote them, even the future governments will have fear to manipulate these institutions, because so what the UPND has been trying to do is, one, to throw in fear in the people of Zambia. Fuewa ikala mu Zambia ngolenda wa lole shabena Zambia benda kwatikako kunaka lukwa n'enfula ero balendera mu mbali ya Kibumba mu kyalo ekiri kyabo abale yango kwima bale ddoroka ne bamwisa n'abali abashungurike obudeko bw'abakainde ekirema. Yet the owners of this land obo bakiruba bakyulire, ebo bankumbula bakyulire, ebo bakawunda bakyulire, obo bamayinza kyola bakyulire, obo bafiirire kunokufa bamo. These are the people that are getting crumbs. These are the people that have been given a yoke or tied to a yoke of slavery. This is where we are today. So the message, and I'm appearing on your platform about Kumi, I think it should be for the first time or second time. The message is for you, all the supporters. The message is to all the supporters, the Mondobele supporters, the Makepe supporters, and all the supporters in the opposition. Let us have a spirit of uniting our leaders. Don't forget that the opposition that you have, they are coming from the same plate, and that is the PF. All of them, you cannot to so we need to build that spirit of unifying these individuals wherever we are. If you attack, let's say, I attack Makepe Zulu. Makepe Zulu is not the one with the instruments of power.
No.
I go and attack citizens first. He's not the one with the instruments of power. Who got that Chikombe Niran? Niaka in Dechirem. Echo Trefa Chishi. Chikombe. Gutituru Zambia. So our duty and our responsibility, all of us without exception, is to build the opposition towards liberating the people of Zambia. We have to liberate the people of Zambia. In 1991, some of us were young at that time, very vibrant in MMT. We liberated Zambia and we brought in multipartism, something that I'm so proud of. Today, yes, I'm growing old, but I'm simply saying, Bane, we need to protect that which we built in 1991, the multi-party. We need to protect that. With multipartism, we know that indeed there will be no one dictator, like what Makainde Chilema wants to do. Okay? So, Makainde Chilema should not be allowed to cross into the next term, to Freteba Kanone. And this goes to all the people of Zambia that love this country. All of us. Even the next government that comes in, if you feel they started with Kabushi and Kwacha, these guys can't bite. They can't even back. There's another thing they tested. These guys, the next thing, for the first time in the history of Zambia, is time to be corrected. The deliberations in the courts of law. After sentencing or passing judgment, they even put it in video. Spitting right in your face. To say we can do anything that we so wish. You understand? And today the next thing now is Register of Society changing a machine. In the dark of the night, matching the machine IRPF. We, the people of Zambia, we are sleeping. Because if we are going to say the politician, the opposition, then we have a very wrong understanding of politics. The opposition is an integral part of good governance. That's why we brought in multipartism. So if you are going to manipulate these institutions, the people of Zambia are the ones that are supposed to take the government to task. And the Constitution has got those provisions to say, Register of Society. How did you manage to change the leadership of PF? What is guiding you to change the leadership of PF? What should guide the Register of Society is the Constitution of PF. Simple. But if government can do that and believe that wabena Zambia na balala abasungu babena batupelo olubia bale muno buwele wele. And what Gonzalez said was simply to say mwebena Zambia shibukeni abamu abika po baisa mukona olata baisa mukuwamia. In short, that's what he said. And you see the response that came from government. These are people that don't care. When the people of Zambia said that work hard, honestly, people, and you are supporting that. These are the people who are promising you to say, when we come into power, we are going to create an environment that will allow you to buy a bag of milk at 50 kwacha. Even if it's not 50 kwacha, but an environment that will enable you to be able to eat 3 meals a day. You understand? Now, now today people are saying, can you have a PF charity so? Then when are we ever going to develop? Then we should also accept that we can support to carry fuala imikupa ya ngombe. Yes, nataka sumina kwa tuko kwa fa imikupa ya ngombe. Kadina kaliaba fiashi besibale fuala imikupa ya ngombe. Then we are saying buy to development. But if we are looking for development, we will simply say, you should be better than a PF. Now you should be better than MMD. No support should be better than UPND. Then if the successive governments will be better than the previous ones, then we'll be saying we are growing. Then we'll be saying that yes, we have now development. Not this nonsense we have seen. Not this rubbish we have seen. Total rubbish. But what have we ended up with? And they are busy protecting each other.
And you know that the sad part, you know, it's good to have a divergent voices. So, you know, but what the sad part of it all is Gonzalez, you know, of all the things he exposed, Gonzalez, and Gonzalez for exposing them. You know, Gonzalez was insulted for trying to expose them.
This is what I'm simply saying. You remember when Yesu said kutufuila? We don't learn, unfortunately. Because umuntu lekwe bati echo banoko bafuidire mu chipatala pantu kantu ali budira ma container ya fisa pafamu. Nombo mlandu wabuwele wavolo yo no muntu lekweba wala tuka. But mostly it's because of the UPND propaganda. So aba icho balembera okulatuka abantu amasere. Aba icho babula na mashina balembesha mashina ya kumbi. Ero balatuka abantu amasere. But Abena Zambia Gonzalez Alan the Zambians, according to the constitution of this land, they have got a right and they've got a duty to have passed a vote of no confidence. Or even to summon these institutions that were mentioned, like Ministry of Health. You can throw in a petition, but again, if you are going to get a criminal, you know, petition, it can't work. Because this institution of governance,
you know, I think, Baba Kennedy, what is your take on the MPs? Because I feel that this failure of this government, I think, is largely bordering on the MPs who betrayed ECL. So these MPs, they betrayed ECL, and then from there it just went Bill 7 until today, 74 bills.
You may wish to know that when PF was in power, I found myself in Bill 10. I sat in that Bill 10. There are certain things that I noticed. From there, ECL lost power. Fortunately, lesoma vela atuishi bali nchitako kumanda tu aikala babili.
Wow.
And the only thing I saw in the eyes of ECL was the eyes that were just crying of being betrayed. ECL never minded losing the election.
No.
It was the betrayal. How he was betrayed. So if you can call us the Tambas. Terraces to the Manama politics if you are we could see the wrongs that were happening. And some of us would try to communicate with the powers that be at that time. And unfortunately, once the president is surrounded by certain elements.
So another question for you. Now,
answer the betrayal part.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, Israel was betrayed.
Okay.
And that's what he poured out to me personally. The betrayal. Now, what these MPs have done, they have betrayed those people that have died because there is no medicine in hospital. They have betrayed those people that have gone hungry because they have opted to get brown envelopes. They have betrayed this land called Zambia. They have gone to bed with those that don't mean well to the people of Zambia. You see, the biggest problem to Akwatapumi, and I always attribute it to the people who are learned. Now, when I look at our children at CBU and UNZA, when the president announced meal allowances, there was joy and serious dancing. And they did not ask the president to say, if I want to pay so you can see the kind of leadership that we are building. It's a leadership that is self-centered. It's the leadership by Kaitemwe. So what we saw in the parliament is a lesson to the people of Zambia. Don't go and vote for someone just because because umuntu lefoku miswombela because he knows what it takes, that what is going to give you when he is there to save you is more than a coffin, is more than a bag of premium. He is going to bring you a hospital. No mbero abantu tulebebefi bena balefi mwena akabiri ababachande baletere nkuni balishitana chikare na katenga maliro ewo twala salafe mpi bala bati ulolebe bati nkabikudile chipatala ala chefya nyemfwa. So Mapumi Nchitotwakwata is to sensitize our community from the grassroots so that they should vote the change. And because whenever we are talking about problems, but the people of Zambia are so trusting that they have taken the entire destiny of this country and they hand it in one man, who's President Ahinde. And that's why today, the speaker can even be celebrating that this bill has gone through. The whole lot of the speaker. What does that tell you? So, I am my institutions of governance. You won't say, you're like, ukwambira ku polisi, ukuyafika konsyoko. So, abanga chirunga mikafyechi, bena Zambia bene. Abanga chirunga mikechi, my civil servants. And that's why we are saying, the civil service, please search your souls. Forget about Mundubire, Matepi, what. For now, let's put that aside. Let us search our souls. Who are we as far as Zambia is concerned? Who should we die for as far as Zambia is concerned? Namalole Shaba Sungu. Our nation of Africa, they can move from USA, thousands and thousands of kilometers. What are they fighting for? They are not fighting for you and me. They are fighting for their land. So at what point should we have men and women to rise from this land where I'm standing and say enough is enough? What are the rights and provisions the Constitution has given us, so that we can protect these institutions of governance and protect the sovereignty of this country? We don't have Mapumi Tatwakwata. So we need to go back to Mishira. Makebi alisambirira, Mundubiri alisambirira, Uyo alisambirira. Bai perish atati, banende fokumi bombela. But we, the support base, what direction are we giving them? What direction are we giving them? This I must tell you. Makebi is my friend. Now, when I mundu bile mukalamba wanti ngapangana na kongosana libachanda bali koketi abengisheni. Have you seen? Now, when now I look at the supporters, Uyuku. Okay, fine. There is nothing wrong to have your favorite. But your favorite should also be mirrored in the right image. It's critical. And this is what I was telling Barungu when PF was running. I would point out certain individuals and I would say, Ambala, I'm not. So we the supporters, we are the mirror of our leaders. How do we build our character? No matter what makepi moiba ikalapota makepi moiba di apa platform. Ninkunda. Right? Tete afumiro kusele mukanwa. Ngamaika banga mundu bidi apota unaikala. Ninkunda tete afumiro kusele mukanwa. But why should we who want these people to lead us start insulting each other? There is no need, buddy. And I can assure you, you remember this day. There is no need for that. Let us focus more on it. As we are doing, as they are doing in Ingarato, we are also trying to adjust ourselves, see how we can regroup and build ourselves as a formidable team. I'm speaking as a leader, as a formidable team. Believe you me, at the end of the day, to them up. Whichever way, to them up. So, I'm sure your consideration is that let us be brave. This is the only land we can fight for and die for. Our elections, we go and vote peacefully and protect our vote. If you are going to your polling station, you take a salary, Zambia, so let us be united. We are not seeing an enemy. Let me also remind you. We are not seeing an enemy. Those are our children, those are our nephews, those are our sisters, those are our uncles. And I can assure you that 90% of the police officers that we have, they are good people and they know what we are going through. Because they know what we are going through. So, but I need to on that day, it will be our day. That I can assure you. Thank you very much.
I've got one question for you. But after this bill was passed, and the country is not in agreement with this in a bill. Yeah. So my question is, sometimes you have to also, you see, if you have said, okay, to appeal of a government 3 days or 4 days to make a solid decision before we call for a peaceful demonstration, people, so that they start retrieving on some of their decisions. Because we have been too docile, I think this is why they think they can now pass. I mean, this Public Order Act is pure nonsense. It's either you sit and discuss it, before we call for a demonstration, a peaceful one, just to tell them that we do not agree, they need to repeal this act and they need to look into it.
Yes, like I was saying, the Constitution has got those provisions. It should not only be the opposition to initiate. An ordinary citizen can initiate that within the confines of the parameters of the Constitution.
Yeah.
And I'm saying this, number one, you don't need to arm your enemy. Don't give him a reason why he should arrest you.
Exactly.
So look at the Constitution and look at the provisions. What does it provide for? And there are those provisions, and use those provisions to fight this evil that we are seeing today. And one of the provisions is for that day when we are going to vote. Believe you me, whatever law they are going to put there, no matter what, as long as you and me have resolved that
this timing of these 74 bills is actually Mingalato Pro Max. Because now I'm a presidential candidates, opposition, they are filing their nominations look at what has happened to Kasonde Mwenda. Right now, Tatuishwe Kasonde Mwenda, if they will release him to go and do his nominations and fill his 100 members per province. So even this signing of the bill at this time, now we are on the edge, just trying to see if our candidates, I think Zambians, we are looking at the bigger picture, which is, let's take our candidates, let them fill the nominations, let them fill their candidate, we want to make sure our candidates are on the ballot. So they have taken advantage of that to see, let's see what people will choose. So it's like, will Makebi go and fight a law or focus on making sure that he's on the ballot? So this is where we are.
Yeah. They want to split us.
Mm.
So,
yes.
But so you're being a lato,
why pass the law pali inoshta? The same time abantu afiro kula chitawa rifyama nomination bamundu vile went yesterday Thursday niba Makebi, look at Kasonde Mwenda. We don't know what if Kasonde Mwenda will be on the ballot. Ngabala mfunya katuish. God help him.
We are Madam Pumi na totela sana, in fact wachanda chawama wa umfwako from your voice. This is really good, and may God continue to bless you. And please, mwinako kulachita guide from the background. We know there's so much that you are doing in the background. Except that we still have people that in Domfwa who not hit, to the council of the elders. Those we understand and we know, where and for who they are working for. The problem, indeed, here about this same so-called public order, whatever it is that they've put in place, I think we've resolved as Zambians. I want to agree, Navachanda. As Zambians, indeed, we've resolved. People have resolved, and UPND knows that. People have decided. This is why we are having all these bills that are, and it's panic actually, it's cowardice. It just shows if you're a Tina, Tina wouldn't have had all these bills coming through. But because they know that they are in trouble, this is why we are having all these things that are being done at the 11th hour. But I'm still happy because when I look at what they are doing, and all those people that have been busy supporting them, I think it is showing in all those places where they thought they would have it easy, they are struggling. And after Parliament has dissolved, that's when they will really be exposed and will know. Zambia, for some of these people, they will have nowhere to go. Because the network that they thought they were building with Hakainde Hichilema, it's not even there, because Hakainde Hichilema is also has to fight for his life. This election will not be easy. In as much as they want us to feel, to think it is easy for them, no, they are panicking. They are in trouble. They are in trouble. And when that time comes, it will be clear. The moment Parliament dissolves, you'll see, especially I feel sorry for these people that have actually betrayed ECL so much, the MPs. Because very few of them will be adopted. Very few. Because, the devil is a user. He will use you, dump you, and then start laughing at you to say, you see?
Ankoje, apopene mwafika. Ni mona ababati Kangombe, you Christopher Kangombe says he's not contesting his seat. Ni mona na Bino Mpundu, he's not contesting his seat. And then ni mona ati Bajinch Sengana baya ku UPND. Is that true, Bachanda?
The one I know is Binwell. Because Bino Tuwamba once, him is not contesting. Is not going to contest. Then Kangombe, we are yet to know his position.
Nale mbapa Facebook.
I think he has been adopted, does it not, by the UPND? Has it?
Nalemba Facebook atale iminina. I just saw it just now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. The truth of the matter, from my own analysis, this parliament has been horrible.
Yeah.
It has been the worst parliament in the history of this country. It has brought so much shame on this country. And you see, when you find countries like America, America condition governance system it has nothing to do with the resources and everything. It is your governance system so this parliament, I'm not saying all the members of parliament, but I'm simply, let me just make it a parliament, because this is a UPND parliament anyway. If you have a speaker that will be making justifications on behalf of government, if you are going to have a speaker that will be supporting government, if you have a speaker that will be shutting the opposition, it's no longer the parliament for the people. It's the parliament for the UPND. Yeah? And that's why some of us, we never even took interest in following what was happening in the parliament. I would rather watch the UK parliament. Yeah? Because, the pain and the anger, the how this lady has brought down. And I'm not going to talk about her in nature, because this as a speaker, she's got the power to say...
She's a professional, yes. She's a lawyer. She's a career woman.
I can't do this. If we can all have men who can say, I can't do this, this country will grow. In America, there are still people who say, I can't do this.
Yeah, and
I'll die for my country, for the love of country.
Who follow the war in Iran, where Trump, it's reported that Trump requested for the codes for the nuclear weapons. The army commander, one of the senior army commanders, that we can't do. So how many people in Zambia can tell the president this I can't do? Because this institution where you appointed me, its functions are A, B, C, D. Its guidelines are A, B, C, D. I can't go against A, B, C, D. How many?
Fionse ni yensi boss. Fionse kusumina. Bako bara. Zambia barashitisha. I'm telling you. Zambia barashitisha pathetic in August. Ngababwerera po abantu aba.
I think the other reason is that they fear, reprisal, because they've seen once you...
Umwenso ni mfana imwe. Umwenso chive. That is not an excuse. Other people died for our independence.
They close your accounts and so on and so forth. I think if you're Batina...
These people need to be told off that our freedom fighters, they didn't even have luxury. These people got independence from Abasungu. Luxury. Me, I can say I was born in luxury. Because when I was born, my teachers were both parents. I'm a parents and body kwete montoka. When I was born. But these people were born in villages from nothing. So how the hell can they be so hell-bent on a luxury? Why can they fight to liberate this country? Zambia tayapita munkondo kwachi ku Rwanda. Look at Rwanda. Even to Europe, all those countries in Europe, they have faced wars, but they have rebuilt their countries in 30, 40 years. If for 60 years, challenges we misable. Kulwalo musano kwenda by bus. By bus from Kito, Lusaka, Kutuwa Papa no Papa. We have had no war. So what is the excuse of all this? Is our men and women we put in power, they cannot say no.
No, they can't. Even the way we are brought up, there are times I have this program on Monday in Bemba where we talk about leadership and governance. Nemi kulile society abana ba ile kusha society itaile kusha abantu bino with an exception of abena akaile because abena akainde ichilema bajaki muimbu bale bakula muri society ya disciplinary or disciplinarian society. So to see them misbehave to this level, you know what I mean?
You know, that's why some people are they don't want to see their friend enjoy a good life. Momona. These people, some of them, they grew up in Sapatota Vale Fuala. Mumishikuma school oko balea. Yes. But nima ninavione ranch. Na vimwene
now they are saying that you see the mentality they went in with the wrong mentality.
No, it's the same thing at work hard. Kabombe udie. Like for me, I would say this. I was privileged to be honest. I was privileged, born into educated parents, but we had a rough patch somewhere. But there are people they come from nothing. So if you come from nothing, why can't we know? You end poverty. Why should you want people to suffer? Because why? Why?
Can I give an example? In Northwestern, the minister, the former minister of health, Muchima.
Yes.
If you watch that video where Balabeka Pachipuna, now Vashtana Dambo Sopu, now to put Vashtana to glycerin to Chenga Bambatoria. You remember those? Nababulana Dambo Sopu, you know that by Nabaputuna Vika Muchipuna Patin, from about Tantikawa to Mushi. You know, Bantabasa Valeva for the Shakuriba. Member of Parliament. Kasopo, naka glycerin. Kasopo, naka glycerin. When you look at that kind of behavior,
it's disgusting.
President,
it's disgusting. In a land where there is gold. Abantu balenda. Pari gold, pamushiri yopo balenyanta pari gold. Where mkuputwa wila abantu amasopo na tu imwe. We are going nowhere. And this Minister Mukwete.
I worked in Northwestern for 5 years under USAID. I was in charge. There was a project under USAID. I was in charge of Northwestern. I know Northwestern more than the Northern Province, where I hailed from. You all say that province has always been at the center of my heart. And my workmates would say, Fish Muledi Ravachanda, I would say, the pain of knowing how much copper, how much gold, how much emeralds, how much zinc, how much cobalt is leaving this land. And then I see, I'm telling you, when you reach that level, you will be motivated to be into politics. And that's what gave me the brevity to speak openly on social media. Because I would feel the pain.
Because like I lived by one of my cousins where he posted we were calling primary school. So I lived in Ikelengi for a year.
Yes.
Ukwenda na UBZ mwafika pa mwinunge nomba mwani na malifti. Chifu ni akaseya mwaya kulia kulia.
Yes.
I lived there for a year. You know, so I know the pain. I'm like, why? Now when I look back, I'm like, oh my God.
Yes. It's all because of selfishness on part of leadership. And I must say this, and I want just to tell you a story. Some of us are politicians. Some of us former ministers, former vice presidents. And I had this opportunity to talk to one of the former vice presidents. And I said, look, so much is coming out, what not. But when I see Mikari Deyaba, today with him,
And that former vice president simply said, Kariba Chifu, Parapoka so much $1,000 every month. So there's nothing that we can do. At least the chief gets so much. You see what I mean? That mentality, it pained me. It pained me so much. Because if you are going to talk about Copper Belt, Ndola Kitwe, Mufulira, the whole Copper Belt, all 8 districts in Copper Belt, they were built by ZCCM. They were built by Copper. They were built by us. But you look at Northwestern, we want to Bakwalesa. Northwestern should have been now the modern city. The modern mining city. But unfortunately, Northwestern Lavenda, Muland Wamisa Lide Yama MPs, Mpinga Waisa Kunokurusaka, but don't say Ruchero Barea Kutantula. Chungulaya Tantula Vasende, Chungulaya Tantula Vasende. Nokula Nokfola Sana Masuti. Ngawalanda Kofweba Chime, but they come. You understand what I mean, huh?
Illiteracy, you know, I'm a literate. Ukusambira, Tabasambira. You know, but that province education.
Not Kusambira. In school just helps you how to manipulate the environment. Ukutemwa, ichikuku, ukwatoluse, no kana ibimba mufintu ifini. Nifiadidwa. The school will never give you that. So
nishini couch abali tema fyo kuchura fya fini ono chishi. You know, I want to have someone from this I really need to bring someone up. We need to go later abantu ba 6 koloko saba take it.
Lekeni ndonde ko pano no. Ba Kenneth. I welcome you to this platform, Kanavesa. I've never heard you speak. But if Malanda prompted me to join back, I said, let me just add my voice. You know, if Malanda fishing, I'm with you tonga. Masilozi, whatever language Zambians can hear me. Any sensible Zambian, go and Google. Ask ChatGPT, ask any AI platform. How much wealth has been extracted out of Zambia since 1940? The number that you come up with is $1.5 trillion. Those mines, they started mining from 1920. Kawed was called the Broken.
No, ko Mumbwa. Mwana ba Mumbwa.
Yeah,
Mumbwa gold mine.
Everything. Wherever they can, my people. Over $1.5 trillion has been extracted from Zambia. That Dubai that you see, Dubai, is only 500 billion. In 1960, go and Google the pictures of Dubai. It was a desert outpost.
yes.
500 billion built Dubai. Now think about Zambia, where 1.5 trillion was extracted. Since the UPND came to power in 2021 to this day, over 10 billion with a B has been extracted from Zambia through illicit transaction. Note that forget what the national budget is. This is money that is there was an Indian guy who was caught at the airport with bags of over $1.5 million. Mwenye afuma butakwetera kama isa mzende apanga 1.5 alefumya pa airport bamwikata. The gold scandal, 11 The man said 7 million, right? That's what he came with. Imagine what they were going to take. Why is it 7? Ule from Yashinga. Gunansi, that wedding that you saw there. And Zambia, I don't understand what Tulowa. Because Zambia should be like Dubai times 4.
Times 5.
But these people that we elect, I'll give you an example. I want Tavale to take up. Yes. How many schools, how many clinics, how many homes? He has a home himself. A very beautiful home. We don't blame him for that. We don't fault anyone. There's been a lot of educated Zambians. Dominic Maisha, David Piri, we can name them. Very educated Zambians. More educated than him. But what we don't like is there are over 12 million Zambians who are living in poverty. You, only you, should enjoy all these things. What gives you that right? Batataba Kaunda, who fought for our country, only had $8,000 at the time of it. When he died, when he left office, there was no home for him to go to.
And after serving for 27 years.
27 years. Zukas, his friend, built Chiminuka. Chiminuka was one of the most expensive homes. Yes. How come you're just a politician? How are you so rich that you want all this? When a pregnant woman from your own village cannot have an ambulance, how the hell? Can you imagine? How the hell? How are we going to accept this? A pregnant woman cannot have an ambulance. You want to be flying in a chopper from your own community house to the airport, which is less than 10 miles. Zambia should
but kosa kuine foto mama no kusama foto wachiralanda ati wafuma mu buchushi wamba kulaya na chopa kunganda sure. How much money baposa a day? Bamudala bali okuyafye kunganda no kubwera okuya mukulya. Techi basende lunch bag.
We need to wake up Monday.
No, we need to sensitize as many people as possible. This is Marutha. Marutha, like I've always said, we spoke so much about Kadas, Shani, but when you go back to the wrongs that have been done to this country, it's not even the Kadas.
Abakada babafukiria mala ya mbushi. Bakada bali bafuika mala ya mbushi.
Yasa in a contract in a mine, now this mine is from government to vendetta. No, it's the same people who are learned.
Bakada bali batu ala tule mwena ko bakada bali bafuika mala ya mbushi mu 2021. Ne acho na chifurirwa bali abamudala bachirafa kwisa mfuika mala ya mbushi pali lero. You know?
So people, will be talking. I follow you. I just don't participate in
That's why I was happy to add you. Thank you for coming.
I may engage in a debate that may not be fruitful because certain information I have to hold it back. It's not for public consumption.
Exactly.
But now I'm just giving you the assurance we are good to go.
Badala. In my spirit, I can't be here for 5 years. For 5 years. So, Lesa is the one who appointed me here.
Our people, all all the supporters, I think the route we should take now, the supporters now should have one strong support base in the opposition, so that we move as one. Once we move as one, believe you me, just get what I'm saying. We, all the supporters, if we can have one support base, United, United, Arsenal, believe you me, we are going to destroy this UPND without fail. That I can assure you. Now, I to tell you that because if we ever first from our supporters, if we ever of course, once about it, Rumba in a different way.
Yeah, but you know, Chanda, I can. No, I am agreeing if you're from Mulelanda. Inenda sangwa napa page yaba JJ. Ndasangwa pa page yaba JJ, ndasangwa napa page yaba chair. But Valirian Vali Quatensede. Okay, you know this because they are campaign manager, Baba Mundubi, Mumbadi. It makes it very difficult for us to be on a page where we are insulted. Eh? This has to be fixed.
That's why once a supporter, there is nothing that we can fail to fix.
Oh, yeah, we can't have people insulting us every day. Hello from there, if we all
agree, if we answer that believe you me, we are going to fix everything.
We will synthesize this to largely reduce to the lowest common denominator for God and country. We vow to Zambia. The most thing, one Zambia, one nation. Yes. That is the only thing that will unite everyone. Yes. One Zambia, one nation. We are fighting for God and country.
Yes.
We are not fighting for a political party. We are fighting to save our country.
Thank you.
With respect and dignity. With respect and dignity. You know?
No, not one Zambia, one region, you know. One Zambia, one nation.
One Zambia, one tribe.
Yes.
One Zambia, one tribe. If I could know my neighbors, Filipino, they are developing a country. The diversity in USA has not stopped them from continuing developing the country.
Yes. You see, just before I go, when you agree with me, our nation, they have used them foreigners to build their nation. But us in Zambia, we have used foreigners to go and...
To loot us. To loot us.
To loot us and go and build where they are.
We are using foreigners to loot us.
So the people of Zambia once say, let us not forget to pray. ECL has not been buried. We are going to 1 year. Any person who has got a conscience, who has got a soul, will not take this lightly and allow Ubaga to proceed. That President ECL governed us in good and in bad times, and we are Africans. Tulibantu, Twilaifulo Ubuntu. What has happened in this country, I cannot say much. I know for us who believe in Christ, we know there are spiritual things that only God Himself will take care of. And also we have a portion, a small portion, like the children of Israel had to go around blowing trumpets around the walls of Jericho. So we have to do that. We cannot just pray, but we also have to work. The Israelites were prayerful, but they are still engaging themselves in warfare to protect their land. Equally, the people of Zambia, we are prayerful, but the Constitution mandates us, gives us a duty. In as much as we are prayerful, we have a duty to protect our sovereignty, to protect institutions of governance, and promote these institutions of governance. We must love one another. We are from one family. We know no tribes, and I always tell people that I don't know who helped my mother to give birth to me. I was born in Dollar Central Hospital. I don't know the tribe. All I know is that is a Zambian. Who educated me, all I know is a Zambian. Where I am today, I've been raised by the people of Zambia. Because wherever I was going, when I go to sleep, the policeman with a gun who's patrolling the road, there is no tribe on him. He's a Zambian. The driver that will take me from one place to another place, there is no tribe on him, is a Zambian. So, if he cannot govern, and he cannot improve the welfare of this country. So the only way is divide and rule. Because how do you explain the head of state goes and tells abantu that is a very dangerous statement, but we have allowed it to slide. That is a very dangerous statement, where the president goes and tells the people to say, that is also a very dangerous statement. Putting the lives of other people from other regions in danger, because they will take it as gospel truth. So a head of state will say that a head of state who's going to tell a certain group of people to say because a president must be criticized. President is that you should be criticized. Managing director is that you should take responsibility. In a luxury vehicle as MD of an institution is to know that one day I will be answerable as the head or the figurehead of this institution. So Zambia, let us search our souls. Are we ready to be criticized? What is the value of me being a managing director? Number one is that even a security guard should recognize that I'm a managing director. How is that security guard going to recognize that I'm a managing director? Because when he cries that he hasn't been paid, he will come to me. He will come to me. I will not forsake him. I will not rebuke him, because I know my position is that the people of Zambia, they will not go to the opposition and say, because I am the one who's sitting on their seat. So when we criticize him,
and this is Jay,
and if he appreciates that he is president, he will welcome the criticism, because he says there is no any other person that can be criticized by me. That is the joy of being a leader. That is the only way you can be endorsed as a leader, is when the people come to you, cry to you, criticize you, call you name, then you know that they are calling me names because they are hungry and they know that I'm the only one who can move and shake things in this country. Take clutch in prison, no. If that's how you appreciate leadership. So, we have a duty, we have a responsibility, we have to liberate Zambia. We have to liberate Zambia. Whatever the situation, whatever the circumstances, let us have the leader that will have a conscience about the people of Zambia. Somebody who's going to be compassionate. If I drive out, and this is a small number that we can take care of. We have so much wealth in this country, but we have allowed people to bring confusion. In that confusion, they are siphoning money freely. How do you applaud an investor when this MD or CEO of Rumana even says now
this is a breath of fresh air. A foreigner, and you entertain that, and you even support it. That is a breath of fresh air. We should be ashamed even to say we should ride on what Gonzalez said. We should be ashamed. Because the checks and balances are provided for in our constitution. You, Pumi, and myself have got that duty. But what Hakainde Chama has done is to instill fear that we should not speak. And those who can speak, they have been given something to chew in their mouths. So they can't open their mouths. That's why they went and voted for Bill 7. And they are passing these careless bills. Because they are chewing. They have no compassion for the challenges that the people of Zambia are going through. So I'm urging you that from today onwards, let us start building one another. Let's go in inbox. Let us reconcile. Let us not fight on these platforms, open platforms. When we differ, let's find time. We go in our inboxes. Why? We find a way. Believe you me, and this guy will continue suppressing us. No term limit. You understand what I mean? This is where we are heading.
That's true.
So when we differ openly, let's go in our inbox. Okay, let us reconcile so that we can build our men that now it's up to us. Let us unite and support us. Thank you very much, Wane. But tomorrow, or Wednesday, or Thursday, Friday, Queen Pumi, you should remember my words. Thank you.
I'll remember your words, definitely. Thank you so much for adding your voice to this platform. I think on this page we don't entertain insults, but again we won't take being insulted. We respond, but we don't respond with insults, but I think people who are insulting others should just stop it. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bachanda. Awesome. Nala tuputaula tuala ya bairo mlelemba mchivemba. Paka ili nomba social media campaign. TikTok. Yeah. We have a new guest. Welcome. Bueno Branji. Kambani Koni.
We need to be still prayerful. This thing, it's a spiritual battle, and without God we cannot win this battle. We need God to fight this battle for us, to give us victory over the enemy of Zambia that wants to oppress the Zambian people. So Mulungu ndianga ba fighting our bantu. As we are doing our part too, monga mwewa kambira baje. We have to do our part, and we know that if God is with us, who can be against us? And He's gonna give us that victory. Yeah, so but at the end of the day, Murungu ni Murungu. And He loves all of us Zambian people. And He wants us to be happy, to be where it's safe, where there is law and order in the country. Of course, Murungu, are concerned about law and order in the country, so that the country can peace. So if vamene vachita vakuti veve vazizichita favor veka muvaupu vamene vachita viri benzeru kuononga charo chatu vazichita arau vantu vamene siva muzambia kuchita benefit more than mazambian. It's not good. So this is a cry. When the Israels cried, God heard their cry, and he sent Moses to go and our Moses is Makebi Zulu. And God is with Makebi Zulu and all of us. As we are crying together, God has heard our cry. So, anzafaka pumuntu wamene akonda Zambia, wamene akonda Murungu. Now, wamene afuna what is best for our country. Osati muntu wamene afuna kuchita arau. Wamene azichita arau to be used to be like ni imbwa ochani vamuusinga to destroy your own country. Stifuna wonse waja president wa France stimufuna wonse vama Europe stiwafuna the business chap tabakana spiritually physically tabakana wonse wabantu vana vakana kuri vene Ibrahim kucha manje vazipangisa friends now yukawara rali kuzambi stivafuna wonse. So that's what we are telling God. God, we don't want these people. The chosen ones are kwao. Enough is enough. Ku Africa siko soberera. So let's continue praying. Let's continue crying to God. And God hears our cries and He will fight our battles. He will continue to put these people to shame. You know? So dear evil mama, continue standing for the truth without compromising. God is in your side, our side, all of us. Wamakebi Zulu, they are protected spiritually, physically by God Himself and the Holy Spirit. And God will continue to protect Makebi and his family and all of them that He knows their heart, that they are really for Zambia. God will continue protecting them. And we don't want whatever they want to bring to Zambia. Vintu vamene, they are not lining up with what God wants for us. Because God told us in the book of Jeremiah that the plans He has for us is not of evil, but of hope and good future and a sound mind. So that's what we decree and declare for our country. We want sound mind. We want people to be at peace, to be able to talk, to voice out, to tell the president there, kuti Bamakebi, if you are papa. Chifukwa kulibe muntu anga ruling eka. Na manjari na tukumo 35. Kamozi skanga kwanise kuchita nchito keka. And then you have and choosing a chabe vima criminal vinzake. Viwene meri muti vija vonse vija vima kuini kwa mini uko kwa underworld but osati Muzambia mwatu. You know? So we continue praying. They cannot do anything. Those people, God has already rejected all of them. So dear evil mama, thank you very much for everything that you have been doing here.
I know. I can't wait for 13 August. Nishina retire. I am retiring 13 August. By Joseph Simoya.
No retirement. Not continue.
Wait. 13 August. Galasha na tepa no kachingani fish. Galasha na ndombo. No kachingani sausa. I'm retiring 13 August. Kainish to a delivery channel to our own bench it.
I got podge, all these rotten people. To really put everything in order. Bamakebi swanga kwani seweka. We need God and all of you to be there.
Nai mwamuriko mwebana bano. Eh? Mweba kwete amaka ifo twali bomba kale muntu mona fe pano kwati na kalimo tuli ma spring chicken. Twali bomba kale.
Walanda wino mayo. No, daughter of Zion, Walanda win. Pasa ureno.
Pasa ureno.
Tulingachiri. Etuame. Let's explain to our people why Montobele is not the candidate. Let me take you back to Bill 7, okay? All Zambians are crying. They are saying Bill 7 should not pass. What happened? There was a press conference after we heard that some people were flown to the lower Zambezi, paid 3 million kwacha each. What did we hear? Silence. Until we forced it on this platform, Ipanotwali. Why I give you credit. The records will show. And for people that do not understand our country, I want to explain from the beginning. This is how Zambia was conquered, okay? If you go kwa Bulozikwa, you will find Kwasefula, you will find Robert Moffat. They are what we call relics or monuments. So Robert Moffat was a missionary, came into Arosaland. Fast forward, he had done the groundwork. Just like Mama Pumi has been building the ground, we softened the soil, prepared the ground for HH 2019, 2020. He softened the ground. The diaspora voice heard there is this man called HH, born from Wengwa, Wina. He is promising to repeal the Public Order Act, promising to repeal cybersecurity law, promising to give us rights, the Barroso Agreement, at least attributes of that. He promised. He went Kwasafulakwa. He went Lialoi. Told the Tonga, the one he's calling his friend right now, after he gave him a little something. We know what happened. But the records will show Zambia has always been sold by a few traitors. Bakandine. I wish you added Mama Chikamonika. Kabachilunda.
You know she has a court case, so badi chita site, she has that case for cyber, so badi we sala kanwa.
And for that, they will pay. Because Bamayoba Balinande, all she said was somebody who we saw, and people can see, right? Anyway, when you throw a rock, the one who hates will holler. Throw spaghetti on the wall, and the one who ichukumine ala ati imbira yamushtabai asukira. So somebody answered. That's what I gather from that. But the point of the story that I'm trying to bring here is that Zambia has been through a lot. We have suffered on the hands KK did not take us from without. He promised us 3 eggs. He did deliver. Up to a point when the Western people did Imin Galato on him. ZCCM was paying, including Batataba to take, was paid for by ZCCM. There are so many people that can speak to what we did with that. We had Zambia Airways, we had schools, we had everything. UTH, we had hospitals built, we had Kariba Dam, we had so much was done under KK. Now imagine you upend all that and you're saying Matataba Kaunda Yali Shiru, he did not know what he was doing, he was not even there for 5. That's what people are saying. Now we put in charge, okay? We put in charge a Birmingham, educated. He's not a Form 5. He was a Form 5 from Wengwa. He went to Uza, gained economics. He went to Birmingham, gained further education. Fish Maratu Torila, Batata. From to really challenge 20 million Zambians. Fish Maratu Peratata. KCM. That was owned by us, given back to Vendetta. Opani owned 100%, given back. Toll gates. Now they've been changing the names. It's not enough that you're giving them for 25 concessions. Now you've been changing names. From 2021 to this day, like I said earlier, foreigners have extracted over 10 billion through illicit transactions. Now you're an economist, you worked for Price Coopers, you've engaged accountants. First you said they're going to audit the defense forces, something that is unprecedented. You contract a private firm to audit the Zambia Defense Forces, the private jet. You know how many barracks there are in Zambia? Wena barracks, Arakan barracks. I can name them all.
Chindwin, Koima.
Every Chindwin.
Chindwin, Koima. What is the one in Kitwe? I lived near the one in Kitwe.
Mikango, all the one, name the barracks, Bala, every one of them. Price Waterhouse went there and Bees Mkwete Nishinga. Now this is a sovereign nation being audited. You know what Price Water, they don't the data they collect, they post it.
In fact, it's actually Grant Thornton.
Yeah, Grant Thornton. Thank you, my brother, Joseph. Grant Thornton. He worked for Price Cooper's
Rye Brand. Cooper's Rye Brand.
And you know, the man lies, right? He said he has never worked for himself. He said at 27 years old, I worked for myself. But go and Google it. He was a CEO when he was 35 years old. He was still drawing a salary from a private company. So he lies. But Coopers, you hire a private accounting firm to audit the defense forces of the Republic, the sovereign Republic of Zambia, to know how many jets, how many cabbages, and they're gonna audit you. And they did. What came out of it? nothing. To this day, he has never reported that jet that he said he would never fly on. They presented an audit to him, an audit report. Why has he not disclosed what they found? Was it an illegitimate? A presidential jet has to have security features. Why has he not said all those things? It's because, talk is cheap. Even when I'm talking right now, my talk can be cheap, right? But if what I'm saying has no substance, someone will come and challenge me and say, if you're but this I know, Zambia is rich. Zambia has minerals. And from the time that this man, who's an accountant, if he wanted to audit, what he would have done is go to the FIC report. Why are people extracting over 3.5 billion in a single year? Audit. ZRA. Why? Bank Governor Kaleria. Why are you allowing transactions not to be taxed? Billions of dollars made in Zambia. Why are you allowing these dollars to leave Zambia without being taxed, without us knowing where this money is coming from? Why? This is a qualified accountant, an economist trained at Birmingham University. Why is he doing that? 1 year is excusable. 2 years, chiserecho, wayasan. But my people, this 13th August is so important. It is not just about what we're talking, it is physical and spiritual. You're seeing your police officers being turned against you. You're seeing the army commander. Do you know the words he used? Exterminate? Do you know what it means to exterminate? An army commander says we will exterminate, fumigate. I'm not sure what that means. The man has captured everything. Go and look at the army commander, ZNS, intelligence, police. Look at every aspect of the security system. He's in there. If it's not a man, it is a wife. I'm not bluffing here. Amano Mangolwa. Wakweba. Info ya kwanuk. Montage. I don't lie to you, my people. You're in danger. 20 million souls are in danger. If Ngabaka Pitaba, load shedding, Bangala, Ukubale Kaka, Mwenda, that guy has degrees. He's a lawyer, he's an architect. He's not an average Zambian. That guy is Adwatich Palakasaulia. Kenneth Mwenda, Bakakiri. Ken Undan Ken Mwenda. Munete Seka, Munete Kwangala. Kasonde Mwenda. Munete Seka, Wati Kwangala. Munete Seka. Watch what will happen to an average Zambian. They don't even know the Constitution. They don't even know this Public Gathering Act that they've just passed. They don't even know what rights they have. If they can do that to Kasonde Mwenda, what would they do to you? An average Zambian. Na grade 12 certificate in Mitaokwet. I'm speaking to our people. What in man? Napena.
Twalumba badala ba Joseph Sulandeni ko naberenga bakasonde mwenda tuba missing a screening ya bolero because but Mwanji he has missed it. Kasonde, that was the plan.
For me, Madam President, to whichever, whatever happens, there are two sides. One thing that we need to pick out of this bad parliament, I call it bad evil parliament, is that it gives us an opportunity as Zambians. I think we took things for granted, that we never took time to scrutinize these people that were vying, for positions as to take leadership in our country. I think we have been exposed as a nation at the same time to be very careful. And, most of the things that we overlooked as a nation, we need to begin to take them seriously. If someone is vying for presidency, we should be asking ourselves, who is this person? Where do they come from? What is their character? And for example, look at how the people of Mafinga were defranchised by the person that they really chose. This is a crook that was given power to be an MP.
He's a political hitman. He's
a crook. These are people that are just there for personal benefit. Given anything, they will...
By UPND here to destroy PF.
So these are leaders that we should look at now to say, if this person that is saying, put me as a leader, what is his track record? What is it that is done in the community? If at all, what kind of a heart does this person have? All right? Not people that will just come, kneel down, and say things here and there and say, yes, this is the person because he's bought a bit of beer for some people. No. We need to be serious. This parliament has been the worst, the dirtiest parliament we've ever had in the history of Zambia.
In the history of the world, I think Ichalo Chonse.
I think world over.
I think Ichalo Chonse. Thank you for the gifts, Mwandin. Thank you for the gifts. Ichalo Chonse, this parliament, any world record.
It has been the worst parliament. Even us that used to love parliament and to follow the proceedings gave up along the way. We said no.
Naturally, Baba Mulamu Beno, Iloba passing it. Now passing a law, Yaqueva, Ilia colonial law, otherwise, and Chatunga parliament and Widikuisa.
You see that?
He just asked me, it's like, where is your parliament when for them to allow such a thing?
What the president has done, he has collapsed the institutions of governance into state house.
Now, parliament, 3 million.
Whenever something comes, you pick up a phone, tell Nelly Muti, this is what you're gonna do, and she'll do. Judicially, the same thing. So we don't have a country at the moment. So this is
they are political prostitutes basically, because in Godi you have to. It's like you made a deal with the devil.
Oh, Madam President, that example, the women will rise against. Yeah. So this is what is done. Currently, to be honest, we don't have a country. What we are calling Zambia is basically a holding place. That is what we have at the moment. It's just a holding place. We do not have a country, and we should not lie to ourselves. We don't have a country. Why am I saying so? A country is a country. A country can only be called a country where there is rule of law and the constitution is established and being followed. But as things stand, it's called a banana republic. We do not have a country.
Oh, banana republic. Yena ya kupisha lo ya mkoloni ya sa pitalero shua.
We
no objection.
We don't have a country, we don't have a voting place. So it is up to us now to claim back our country. Independence, yes.
God will not allow it.
We need to get back our country, and God is counting on us. There is something that I know about God is that, He's given us the jurisdiction and the authority to run the affairs of the earth. And as He says, that which you bind on earth shall be bound in heaven. It is true. So He's waiting upon us. He's given us, He's shown us. Sometimes He doesn't speak loudly. It is through the action of simply exposing what you have. Exposing what you have, then you know. And then He says, I've given you wisdom. Choose. Make a decision. I cannot interfere in what until you tell me to. And we've prayed. God has opened. He has exposed these people. Not only has He exposed them in bad governance, but also in their heart and in their spiritual position. Muntu washani, Madam President, who go into another country, steal a dead body of a former president.
Out.
Some body parts. And you said that
slave masters, except nomba slave muntu wesu. Mu bru wangu wanu andi pange muzike mebo bru wangu. Badala nyobo babarusawo. Mu bru wesu atupange bazike swewo.
That national anthem is no longer at work.
Bafunyemo, they need to change that national anthem. We are no longer free.
No, we are not. Everything
we are slaves, proud and free. We are not proud and we are not free. We are slaves. Tulibazike.
The national anthem says, stand and sing for Zambia, proud and free. If you are not singing, if they're going to tell you that wherever 3 of you are gathered, you need a police permit, then Kenneth Kaunda did not fight for Zambians.
There is no independence has been taken away.
We did not fight for Zambia.
Yeah.
We did not fight. The Zambia that we know, that we fought for, we wanted to be free, to buy whatever we want, to say. This cyber law, he said with his own lips, I will repeal it. Now he even putting
now more uvetuli hiyanga tulibapuba mumenso ya bumwandini fwebe na Zambia iwo we mwina Zambia nga ukai mafe pa 13 ukai mkuvota pacha red ni shikatuishi muka yefe na kuchainama go to Chainama ilo nemi chita kwaba kuchainama nemi chita kwaba
mwabatonga mwe hiyanga abalosi uliwa mulowa waga mulowa waga zikwa amusamu. What he means there is you, unless you do what he wants. Listen, my people. HH is, I've seen the things he wants to do. I've seen that he wants to do. I'll not lie to my people. I've seen the plans that he wants to do. He wants to double the economy.
Tawo yawamba double economy. Imwe.
Okay?
Ichi kumampalanya.
We are not fools.
Ichi kumampalanya. How do you double the economy by giving tax holiday?
Double the GDP of Zambia when you have load shedding.
Yes. How? You are not collecting taxes. You have no medications. The food basket has doubled or tripled. You are making laws to shut people up.
You are giving foreigners free access to your minerals. How are you gonna listen to me, my people? This is the thing that pains me the most. HH, let me say this to the 58 people that are listening right now. The way this man was conceived is troubling. I asked my mother. My mother is from the area. She knows people well. And this is public knowledge. It's not just me. Me, I am educated. I inquire. Before I speak, I say, what does this mean? I said, who is this man? Where did he come from? Who was his mother? Who was his father? And my mother told me, the cat is already gone. He does not know his father. Okay? That's the beginning of our troubles. I'm not saying this to despise him. I understand it's very difficult to be, even there are very, very difficult circumstances. The leaders that we have are born from several. Go on, the movie right now, The Odyssey, is being promoted. It's very difficult. I'm not saying this to dispraise the man's upbringing or his existence. I'm just stating the facts as I know them. He does not know who his father is. Number one. The mother was handicapped. I give him credit to rise from that background to where he is a testament of his determination. But what I fear has happened to him is this. And I'll say this, Lai, because you are a teacher. Interrogate this. If what I'm saying is a lie, it is to be dismissed as a lie. This man grew up, and he said himself, they beat him just for losing one cow. They beat him. I believe, personally, that this, and several people have said this, when you grow up, and many of us are Zambians, there are 12 million Zambians that are living in abject poverty. Look at there was a story just I read today of a woman who went to a pit retreat. And they're saying that she gave birth in a pit retreat. And they had to retrieve. Imagine that. This is what Zambians are dealing with. You will say you're in Champions League. Zambia is not in Champions League. We have 12 million people living in abject poverty. People should understand this. There are pit retreats in Lusaka, outside the community house. Pit latrines. The people that are serving HH, when they go home, they don't have electricity. They're in pit latrines. And they're saluting, they're giving him all whatever. One of it was a bit chubby.
You know, I heard the other day at Chama Soja Valela, 3 in a room, a married room. Some barracks.
I've been to barracks.
At married men, aba soja valela ala batatu kushaba kashibabo. They have no accommodation.
They will speak. The moment they will speak.
This is a Zambia na ifika pabi.
It is deeper than this.
Zambia na ifika pabi. Tataba umyokula la beka married men.
No. The problem is this. When you see Mutale Mwanza flexing, you think that is
Mutale Mwanza imweri amabwalo yaba munganda mumwako. Let me comment, baba dala. Mutale Mwanza on a birthday. Did you see that Mutale Mwanza's video pa birthday kwa mpira Louis Vuitton? Elo kubau kwa mabwalo ayali kwa magren fishani huko.
That is Zambia. That will happen. You go to international airport, you think you have arrived. Go to
no money business ishikita Mutale Mwanza pakuti akwata baya afiri ya mwe bantu bakwalisa.
Mandevu, go to Mandevu, go Linda compound. Just go to Linda compound. Go and see how the people are.
Awe nena ini amakaya alimpwa. I saw Mutale Mwanza's bar. Amabwala yali kudia kubaya kwa Mutale Mwanza. I'm just like, what kind of business is she doing? Mama eggs, if you any my eggs, you want to put here akwate if you mafia so.
Ana kuzambia kwa uchoshi mama.
Na papa.
I'm here. Kwa wasapole. Ana falafa.
Wait, it is sad to see Mwandini how people are suffering and how people are living it up. Yeah.
Go and see a woman who has no food. She's prostituting herself, sorry to say, on TikTok, just to go and give the kids food. And you wonder, what kind of a country is this?
Once I want to valera, they're even happy. Unapapata. Kuzambia kuchukua kulalika BP.
What these people are doing is that they're taking advantage of, they've weaponized hunger. They're using hunger. You know, when someone is hungry and then you just go there and give them a 50 kwacha, they will worship you. That is another situation that we have in Zambia, mostly. When you've seen, they just go in the place, just like...
It is not another situation, my brother.
It is what it is.
Zambians have always been poor.
I agree with you.
We have always been poor. And it is why we wanted a president, we wanted a Traore. And you know the thing that pains me the most is Alubuzwe. Alubuzwe was an ex-Zambia army commander, okay? That guy was trained at West Point. That guy knows the supply chains. That guy knows when there's cholera in Nyama compound. He knows what needs to happen. That guy knows how to DMMU, this disaster management. The man, wherever you have Vanarumango, she does not have a clue how many. The place where she comes from, go and look at the roads there. Go and look at the women in her own constituency. I know where she lives. I've been. You go to British Road, Obama Mall there, you turn there. That's where her house is. She has a church and everything there. What impact is she making in that community? What impact? Nothing. Go to community house, state lodge. What impact is there? There is no water, there is nothing. There is no dam. He said they will build a dam. He said we have a plan, this water that is coming. Nothing has happened. For 5 years, they've been in charge. What have we seen? Zambia has been bleeding over 10 billion since 2021. 1 billion. I told you about Dubai, right? Dubai is only 500 billion. The amount of wealth, if you put 1 billion in a compound, 1 billion, just one, and this is another thing that I want Zambians to pay attention to. The budget, the 2025 to 2026 budget was over 200 billion kwacha. You know what that is in dollars? Over $10 billion.
Number shaya quick.
They allocated $1 billion to the Ministry of Health. Go to any hospital.
Where did it go?
Yeah. Where has this money gone?
Because then if there's nothing to show.
$1 billion in the health sector. He fired. I give him credit for firing that man. What is his name? Muchima. He fired him. Thank you. But can you tell me what 1 billion has done for the Zambian healthcare system? Can my mother in Magoye go and say I have dental issues? I want to go to Karomo dental. Is there a dental clinic? Fanafula in Mwasabombi. Is there a dental clinic there? Is there an optometrist, someone who can check my grandmother's eyes, cure her cataract? Is she there? Is there a person there to do that? Is there a heart surgeon in the entire southern province? Is there
with the 1 billion per budget,
Zero.
1 billion. But kwena
1 billion. I can send one Hakainde Chilema to go to Birmingham with 1 million. 1 billion. You have nothing.
In fact,
Zambians wake up.
what you've raised in the health sector, actually there is nothing to write home about. One of the challenges that is there, if you've seen, is literally killing all the government hospitals. They are limping. And what is being introduced now, I've seen a shift where the private hospitals, those that charge exorbitant fees for ordinary Zambians who can't even afford them, they are the people that are actually doing well right now in the health sector. Why is it so? Because it's deliberate. What we are dealing with a capitalist. You always favor the interest of his friends. If you go to UTH today, even just to do these common tests, you are referred to these private institutions to go and do your labs, then come back to UTH. None.
What you're saying right there, let me explain it to you in plain terms. I'm not in Zambia right now, I'm abroad. But I want to explain it in terms that any Zambian can understand. NEMA was established to do 3 things. Number 1, provide coverage. My grandmother in the village cannot afford to buy spectacles. She has glaucoma in her eyes. No one can pay for that. They force all the workers, and let me explain to you how many workers you have in Zambia, so that you understand. The government is the biggest employer in Zambia. Okay? They have 500,000 civil servants. They're not even 500,000. They are less than 500,000. The private sector has less than 500,000. They are forcing all these people to pay NEMA contribution. 1% of their pay monthly goes to NEMA. It goes into that fund. It's supposed to pay, and it was working well. What did these guys do when they get in power? They start stealing from that fund. People who are in dialysis, people who are needing heart healthcare, the cancer hospital was shut down under this government. That is allowing foreigners to get one. It is so aggravating. They are allowing foreigners to come out of Zambia with billions, and yet NEMA is unfunded. What does NEMA do? NEMA is an insurance plan. A blood bank. Do you know that there is no blood bank in the entire Western Province? There is no blood bank in Northwestern Province.
But Western Province vali chura mwandini. Abalozi na beno kushishita wakwae.
Let me say this on this broadcast. The agency that we expect, why we campaign, I literally campaign. I can show you my UPND stuff. What we thought, HH being a Birmingham educated, he would understand that there is no blood bank in Sefula. We need a blood bank there. He would have come in there like what Traoli has done. Within 100 days. These laws that they are passing right now, they should have been done within 100 days. From the day in 20, when did this guy get in power?
2021. August 2021.
Within 100 days, they should have been passing these bills.
Yeah.
They should have been passing over 1,000 bills to change There is no blood bank. There is no dentist. There is nobody. That's what should have happened 5 years ago. He's doing it now. And I'm so pissed to high heaven that Zambians we can sit here and be talking about this. I'm sorry I'm agitated, but Munjeleko, my Zambians. I am so, because HH is educated enough. He had Alubuzwe, who was educated at West Point. This man, Alubuzwe, can plan a wall. To move a wall. Zambia Army, all the barracks. It means a wall. Let me explain. Let me break it down for you so that you understand. When you declare war against a health crisis, it means you need to know where your blood is coming from, the fuel, who's driving the trucks, how many vehicles you have. I was so sad when the Ministry of Health would not deliver ambulances, 156 ambulances. They have not even that's what I'm getting to.
So the ambulances to Adira.
Are you kidding me? You have a war planner, you have a Zambia army. Can you imagine if Zambia declared war against Congo?
But speaker TikTok yali uchitabu nomba yali from China. But there's this guy who says TikTok has changed from Chinese owner. The ones who own TikTok now is America. So yali ama notification twale kwata chinga walanda shan fiadileka. Have you noticed that, Babler?
Zambians, we say karia.
The restrictions are relaxed because the one who owns TikTok.
You think it was me that F1 it does not apply here. F1 does not apply. What I'm saying is TikTok friendly. What in Kokaria, Mama Zambians? Nana Michpinda Nova. Maybe
TikTok balish tam Americans. So yadiam tuma words studio like the words which we use, American language we used to use, kuya kuchina balechta flag. But since January, TikTok is owned by Americans, so that they don't care about such things. Go ahead, Babylon.
Joseph but the thing that bothered me is HH. I requested understanding. What do you amasaibalo? Kataku Chipata Airport, and they're using the Public Order Act against him. That traffic offense, he said is a traffic offense. I look at it now and say, damn, you messed up.
Yeah. Can you go near HH's motorcade dinosta? Nishini for the fire. HH left me why I'm coping nako. Nimfire ushe walemba na wi wala ya no kula yati na mukufu uko na yo.
It's eternal truth.
Yeah, you can't go near HH's motorcade unless you want death. It's a death wish. You kupala mina motorcade yaba HH. So how he got away with that and the cry wolf, we don't know.
Let's see what will happen.
We don't know how he can cry wolf.
The hairdresser. And I was so shocked that Bali Twala 10 pin. Which I could man. When
I'm just reading Northwestern provinces at 60%. 8 in 10 people live in poverty in Western province. Kwa GDP.
Let me break it down for my.
So it's at Western province.
Let me tell you, Muchinga province is the highest.
Extreme poverty, 60%.
You should know where Chavinga is doing what it. Nisala. There are two provinces. This is on. You can Google it. You can find out who is the poorest in Zambia. There are several provinces that are poor. Muchinga is one of them. That's why Chavinga is behaving the way he's behaving. Watch. And then there's, of course, when I listen to this, when you're watching the news, the ones that are listening here, I saw this news item.
No, actually, Western is the highest.
Yeah, Western Province.
Western is the poorest.
It was on the Christian Voice by my brother. This Christian network.
Followed by Luapula, Northern and Muchinga, Eastern Efiriako, 60 to 70.
Right. The majority population are Bembas in Zambia. And then the next ones are Easterners. Tongas are...
No, it's Bemba, then Tonga, then Eastern. So number 1 is Bemba, Tonga is number 2.
Oh, okay. According to the FASH...
The last time I checked, let me check again. Population by province in Zambia.
Okay, the real data is this. Because you remember there was a Tonga man who went and contested the findings of the census. He said the Tongas, apparently that's why we had the limitation giving Tongas the same amount of constituencies as other provinces. But I'll tell you this. The population of Zambia is 20 million plus. We know who the majority are.
20 to 25% Bemba and related. Tonga 12 to 15. Chewa 7 to 10%, and then Lozi 5 to 7%. So the Bemba speaking are the highest, 20 to 25%. Yeah.
Tonga Bemba, they're occupying high positions. Don't say why are the Bembas everywhere. They're the majority.
Yeah, 3 provinces: Northern, Muchinga, and Luapula. And Copper Belt, 4 provinces. Yeah.
So I'll tell you, for example, right now, they are saying that all the presidential candidates are paid. They're 100. It is reflecting the majority.
But the Bemba speaking tribes come from 4 provinces. Northern, Copper Belt, Luapula, and Muchinga.
No, we understand that. But so there is a question like, why is it that all the presidential candidates who are paid the 100,000, you look at them, they are paid